Let's go, fellas.
With God on the side, we'll find strength. And still we cry.
When we cry.
From now on,
Oh, yeah.
it will be you and I. There's a ribbon in the sky. A ribbon in the sky. A ribbon in the sky. Oh, wow.
Let's go, fellas.
There you go.
Boy, got too many runs. You got too many. That's not necessary.
Don't you know there's a ribbon?
I ain't never seen no ribbon in those skies. Stevie wanted blind as hell. How would he see it? Man wrote a song talking about I can see a ribbon in the sky. No, you cannot, sir.
Stevie, a lot of questions about Stevie now.
Don't worry about
Questions
Stevie.
about Stevie now.
Ribbon in the sky. How would you know?
Let's go ahead and get this episode started, man. That was for everything going on, man. Pink,
you just
pink
can't see
ribbons
who's
everywhere,
back
man.
there.
Pink ribbons everywhere.
I got 17. One for you, one for all of them. See what I'm saying? Bars, dog.
I want to welcome y'all to the Corner Convo, episode 69.
Tweet.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
69.
The nasty
69,
episode.
right?
No, all right, my bad.
Let's see, man.
What is 96 then? It's not, what kind of sex position is that?
That's a great year to graduate.
Besides that,
What else I want to talk about? Let me
there's no
see.
answer. Okay, cool.
No, don't worry about it, man.
Great.
This is, again, episode 69. I will be your host for the evening, the afternoon, the morning. My name is AMON. Say what you want, just spell my name right. But before you pull up, before you leave, we gotta let you know where you at.
A corner like thousands of others across the country. It's the place to go if you want to be seen, and to a lot of folks, it's the information center of the neighborhood.
Our job is to spark somebody else watching us. We might not be one, but let's not be selfish. And because we're not going to change the world, let's not talk about it. Funk is in the bag, and the bag is the bass, and the bass never change. It's a groove.
It's a groove.
As soon as you hear that groove, I know I got you.
I know I got you. I know I got you.
I'm one of the baddest motherfuckers of all time. One of the best singers, one of the best looking motherfuckers you've ever seen. Hold my drink, bitch.
Call mine over there. He's like a wild card. Like I've met him before. Like
Loving this shit.
he's like to me,
I don't know,
like
man.
a silent.
Sometimes you just sit back and watch the
You
show.
know what I mean?
That's it.
He's like the one on the
I ain't talking about this, I'm talking about the
sidelines.
show.
He can be cool.
He on the sidelines, that's for sure.
Magnetic to people, but
That was
I
the
don't
most
think
accurate
he
part of that whole
probably
statement.
I think it boils down to speaking to a certain type of person or a certain group of people. There's a certain walk, there's a certain talk, there's a personality. This show isn't for everybody, but who is it for? It's for husbands. It's for brilliant men. It's for entertainers.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That wasn't bad right there.
Yeah. Next up. I want to bring in my guy, my boy, your favorite. Hey, B, what up?
I'm about to be on some real murder shit, eh?
Really.
I'm telling you, man. Any nigga that ever looked at me wrong, owes me money, or ever said any jealous bullshit about me is fucking dead. You understand what the fuck I'm saying? Hey, they're fucking dead, man.
Time you got to do certain shit. It's just enough that people know that you know I go where I need to go to get it done. If you push my button, there's no telling what I may do. Stab you, choke you, bite you.
No, we gonna have
whatever
fun.
it
We
takes to
gonna
make a
have fun.
motherfucker stop existing. I was just.
It's been a while since we heard that one, man. Let's bring it back, man.
To hear that.
Fuck it, man. Let's turn up, man. Kende is in the building.
The building.
Definitely should have had the dances. I got a whole stage.
Hey, look, he looks so disappointed.
Because I never think about it until this very moment. It's never on my mind. I already talked to the girls. Her whole team. I just never remember.
I'm an African genius. Now you will refer to me as the African. I'm an African genius.
Cut the show off.
Now you will refer to me as the African genius.
Oh man, that was a long ass intro, man. Just doing something different, man. But we are home. We are home, man. We at your home.
Back
you know
in
what I
the
mean?
living room.
Back in the living room, man.
Yeah.
He blushing down there though. You miss HP.
It's gonna be. I had that moment this week, man. You know, I'm packing all day. I've been packing all weekend, and legit at one point was just running down the block to pick up my food, and as I walk, you know, when you come outside at Hyde Park, you never know what you're gonna see, bro. So I come outside and legit, there's a whole festival just outside the front lines, like dude grilling vegan hot dogs and chicken burgers, and it's a DJ out there loud on the mic. I forget his name, but they burning incense, selling crystals and all that. And it's just like it just be like that in Hyde Park, man. Like you never know what you're gonna see. So I'm gonna miss that part. I am gonna miss the part where you just come outside and it just feels like a neighborhood over here, man. Like you generally know people. It's super funny too, because as I tell people, like, yeah, y'all, you know, I'm moving, I'm leaving. It's like a mixed response. Like there's the one response is just like, you know, no, really? And then there's a response is like, about time, you've been here for 10 years. I think you was never gonna move.
Hyde Park is definitely his own sub-city within the city, bro. Yeah, it's just a different feel once you cross into the area, man. But I tell you what's even more fucked up is when you remove any section of parking in Hyde Park, it makes it awful to find parking. Oh my God, dude, that right there blew me.
The parking lot?
Yeah, no, the street.
Oh, the street lot.
Yeah, that blew me. I'm like, okay, come on, fam.
What are they doing? Street cleaning?
Who knows, man?
They blocked off the street. I missed that.
Yeah, wow, VIP parking, huh?
Well, I walked. This is my living room.
Well, basically, man, that side of the street, there's no parking. I'm like, why?
Interesting. Yeah, that must be, that's new. It's not normal.
How was y'all week, man?
First of all, don't do it. Y'all see the drapage behind the hat, bro. Don't worry about it. It's cool.
The drapage behind the hat?
No, I just see a dirty do-rag. I don't really. I'm sorry.
Yeah, brother got whoever did it though, they got some talent because they snatched up all them.
Shout out to your stylist.
Yeah,
great job.
It was a she, I'm assuming. It was a she.
I'm not telling you.
I hope so.
Hey man, I heard County got the best braiders. I heard County got the best braiders this side of the Mississippi.
If you sit between a man's legs to get your hair braided, that's a problem.
That's not a problem, man. That's
a problem, bro.
So preface, if that dude know how to snatch up them little baby hairs and get all that in the braid, you better go to whoever can make that work, bro.
Nah, man, just give me a fade, man. I'm good.
We ain't talking about you. We talking about a bunch.
If you was Samson, right, back in the Bible, you need to braids, and only person to braid your hair was a dude. You'd cut you.
Hold on. You gonna cut off your strength? Right.
Yeah, cut that shit off. What do you mean? I'm not sitting. No,
he ain't used to having strength, so it's an easy question for him to
answer. Okay, I see what we doing today. That's hilarious. Hey, look, you know it's hard to win on someone else's home court. So I'm gonna let you get all your shit off today.
You've been splitting double teams for the last 3 weeks, bro.
Splitting double teams.
For sure.
I'm nice with it. Over though.
Yeah, my week was what did I mean, other than finding out, you know, I just been moving, bro. Like for real, just packing, man. I can't say I've got, you know, I don't have classes this week. Interesting times in teaching, man. Just really the conversations that are happening now with teachers and administrators and parents, it's different, bro. It's a lot of different stuff going on in education. But yeah, it's been kind of just, man, it's completely wrapped around. I don't know that I did anything specific this week for the first time. Although it's about to change. We got Vic Mensa here, Promontory Thursday. Definitely gonna check that out. 2 tickets to go see Ghostface, Raekwon, and Rizzo at Concord. I'm going to check that out. Man, peace to Joey Pert, man. He lost his pops a couple weeks back.
Oh, that's unfortunate, bro.
So yeah, man, mad peace to you, bro.
Absolutely.
But yeah, no, man. So like, you know, this week, and then we got Boulevard Steakhouse Saturday. So like, this is the week where stuff is rolling. That's why I've been like, look, man, we get all this packing out the way now so that's ready to go, man.
Yeah, because you're not getting any help from grown men.
You know, it's super funny. You are literally the only person I've talked to that said they weren't going to help. Literally every last person.
You ain't asked me.
I didn't ask nobody. The thing is that they all just, as soon as I told them, they was like, "Oh man, let me know if you need some help."
Bro, you gotta ask me, bro.
Now you know how I go. Though. People say that. Yeah, people say that in the day of. It's a whole lot of, "Oh man, I got." But
I'm getting my house painted.
I'll
apartment, fam.
I'll let y'all know, man. I got.
When you get up in there, I'll help with that. I'm not helping with the moving. Period.
Yeah, that was terrible. That was a terrible.
Damn.
That was terrible.
No, I mean, that part is easy, actually. I'm downsizing a lot of stuff. I'm selling, you know, look out for the Facebook page. I'm selling a desk. I'm selling a TV stand. I'm selling a bunch of stuff. So that when I get in there, I don't have to do all that.
What? Sell them posters.
No, that's not them staying.
No.
Them is staying, buddy.
How was your week?
My week was full of work, trash as usual.
Okay.
You know, funding
fake schedule change he got.
Funding the number one podcast is real. So sometimes you have to make a sacrifice, do what you gotta do. But it was dope. My daughter came home.
Hey,
she came home Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
You know, moved around. It was good to see her. She got up out of town on Sunday, you know, Amtrak back and forth. So it was good to see her. It was better to see her go.
That's dope, man. Well, you know what?
It was better to see her go.
It's always the way. Once they're going, I guess it's always the way. Every parent say that shit, you know.
Yeah, no.
I love to see you, man, but it's better when you're leaving.
Yeah, it's all love. You know what I mean? I didn't get a chance to spend that much time with her, man. You know, I was working.
We adult life, dog. We all walk into it whether we like it or not. Yeah, if you're not a millionaire or 100,000 now, you're gonna have to hit that grind sometime.
Yeah.
That's real shit, bro. But my week was just a week, dog. It was such a week, just a week that I forgot what day of the week it was, bro.
Yeah, on the real. This ran up on me. I wasn't.
Yep. And then today Tuesday, right? Yeah, today Tuesday.
Right.
Joe, it was interesting because there's so much tension in the city over this
mandate, the forced mandate, man.
Telling you got to let everybody know your status, which everybody has a status now, you know.
I don't want you to get into that just yet. I want you to hold that.
Huh?
I want you to hold that.
Pause.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
That's not a pause, man.
It was just funny to me to watch a bunch of entitled.
Hold that. You said it twice.
Entitled men at work, bro. If there's any workforce that's hard-headed and stubborn, you can't tell them what to do. It's the police force. So watch them piss and moan and kick and scream, bro.
So you gonna keep going?
Popcorn and roll call.
You gonna keep going?
This motherfucker show.
You gonna keep going? Huh? You gonna keep going?
I ain't talking about none of that shit, bro.
I'm just saying you gonna keep
men's and emotions, bro. Men's and emotions.
All right. Men's and their emotions. I love that. Bro. Men and their emotions. We gotta talk about that one day. Look. What I want y'all to do.
And I got my hair braided.
Mossy got a hot comb this weekend, people.
Oh no, you had like a little celebrity sighting too, didn't you?
Yeah, those are files, you know. Those are files from rare footage, you know what I'm saying? It's like The Last Dance.
Oh, so that wasn't this week.
I tell you what's interesting though. My man Moody, I love you down there, man. You're a real brother. He finna move to Vegas pretty soon to do security for a establishment that promotes women, if you know what I mean. All right. You know what I'm saying? So he's handing me all this clientele. It's a lot of star-studded motherfuckers.
Oh, yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah.
I'm Show roster getting live.
Don't give away the secrets,
no, man. Game of Thrones was my joint, bro. I want to have a guy that did the. I discovered him this week. I decided as I go to work, I usually do audiobooks in the morning.
Discovered him?
Well, no, I just discovered like they had. So now
the whole show, man.
I decided I wanted to listen to like scores, like you know what I mean. People who score like soundtracks for those types of movies and shows. And the guy that did, I forget his name off the top of my head, but
Mike Josowski.
He did a dope redo of the weekend
at Burnix.
Oh, you know what I'm talking about? The one that's super
Josh McDougal
games or something. No, that's not him. Jerk. I don't know why I thought he was serious at all.
You've been debate too.
But the song, the weekend, something games, Hunger Games, or whatever that weekend song is, you know what I'm talking about?
I know the movie.
Anyway, I'll let you hear it. I'll play. But anyway, so it was dope. So I've been listening to soundtracks while I go to work. What's funny, bro, it's like it changes your mood. Like if you on the train and like the train speeds up and all of a sudden the orchestra be like, like you be stepping off the little joint, you be walking away a lot harder, like and you stop and reflect on like where you came from. It's actually kind of interesting.
The last episode show was
what's the worst theme music or the best theme music? Because my shit is
theme.
Joe Shaft.
No. If we're talking about scores, right?
Jason.
I hate that shit.
You hate it?
I hate it.
But you know, that's not what it should go by. But when you hear that noise, you immediately identify with horror, with a certain character, and the whole franchise, bro. So it got its job, Jaws.
Now, see, that's the cue for sure. No, soundtrack scores though, that's like when the intro music that comes on, like when you Game of Thrones intro music, right? Like that's what we're talking about. The person that composed all of the like music that gets played out, not just the little sound bits that got it. You know,
you mean during the movie?
Yeah, the whole movie.
Yeah.
Pharrell did he scored the whole what was that?
Despicable Joints.
That and he did it's like a Christmas movie with the train it's an animation. They're just on the train the whole time.
See, there's Thomas the Train.
I used to have kids.
But the thing is that have kids. So there's a difference.
Kids 18 now.
They're not mine anymore.
There's a difference than being the executive director of music for a soundtrack. Because on that, what you do is you record actual songs with artists but you just put it together.
No, but
scoring is like writing it out.
That's
I'm sure for real.
For that particular movie, it was all instrumentation. Like, you know what I mean? It was whole
Pharrell's a talented brother.
Yeah.
So I want to say Symposium. No, wrong.
Symposium is when you get a group of people together in a room and they talk about a particular topic.
Okay.
Symphony is the
check out the big brain on
group of musicians in an orchestra. An orchestra plays a symphony.
I mean, it sounded good.
Yeah, y'all got Ghost in here, bro.
Yeah. No, man, that's the air, man. It's a
it's October though. I did watch Thriller.
So look, right. I'm at the shop. today, right?
You at the shop, right? Come on.
Getting cut. Shout out to Marlon, man. Doubles barber out here in the streets.
Maybe.
Yeah, doubles barber.
My barber's the shit, though.
It's not about you.
Russ out of Maywood. We already know what it is.
Russ, you low key, you trash. My man told me you cut him too low up top. Now his shit is all fucked up. He been wearing hats for 5 weeks.
Not
Russ,
true.
I'm just saying, I'm snitching.
I'll bet him all.
So I'm at the shop, right?
Right.
Watching the parade for our
Chicago Sky.
Right? Clap it up.
Yeah, give it up for the
Chicago. Them games was good, though, dog. They was good.
So
somebody would know, though.
Here's the funny part, right? It's live. They bring Chance out.
He finna come shit on.
They bring all the players out. So they're like, man, Chicago, you wasn't live enough. So they playing Swag and Surf, right?
He's why they still playing that?
Because that's just a hit, right? It's good. It's good. Stadium music, right? Live TV. Chicago, get the fuck up. They abort mission, cut his mic off. Crazy. It's too funny.
Because he cursed?
Yeah. Then they like, oh man, I apologize. You know, it's live, so you have to forgive. I ain't see Chance no more. That's 45 minutes.
Well, he was supposed to get a tattoo. The team was going to suggest a tattoo for him to get because when they won, I guess he made them a deal with them or something like that.
Okay.
If they won the championship, you get a tattoo.
Well, that's dope, man. So let's just go ahead and give a shout out to the Chicago Sky.
Yeah, man.
That's huge. That's huge for the city. Huge for the WNBA.
Way to go. Way to go.
Them girls have done more for Chicago sports.
Yeah.
On the basketball side.
Yeah.
Than the men have done in a long time. I asked a question on social media and people get mad. I say, hey, I made a statement and asked a question. I said, hey, Candace Parker in 1 year has did more for Chicago sports than Darren Rose has did his entire career here. There's no shade there.
There's no shade there. Yeah.
I say, and her career is better. I'm here for it. So are the statistics and the trophies.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's okay.
I mean, but she's only played with us 1 year. I think that's the one comparison, right?
And that's the fucked up part.
Well, but it's also, I feel like it's a very specific year for that. Like, if you take this same year, great accomplishment, no different, and you take that back 7-8 years, is it going to have the same impact? Is there going to be as much attention on it, right? Like, this is a particular year for a women's team in Chicago to get a lot of shine. Now, a lot of the shine came because Candace came back to Chicago. Yep. So it's so
to what I'm saying.
So think about it. Well, but think about it this way: Derek got drafted straight to Chicago,
hometown, homegrown, straight here.
Right. But if he'd have been somewhere else and then came back to Chicago, I remember when D-Wade was making his move, everybody was on his coattails like, we need you back in Chicago. Anthony Davis, right? So like, I think that the idea of a person, Kanye. You know what I'm saying?
He can't hoop though.
I think the idea of a person coming back to Chicago and Chicago by itself is like the exciting factor.
Cool.
Because we typically don't.
I agree with all that, bro, but purely basketball.
Yeah. She snapped.
This 1 year. Okay, and it shouldn't be like this.
Her stats and accolades are crazy. Let's be clear.
It is. They got a commercial about it. And guess who's in the commercial giving her props? Derrick Rose.
Yeah. That's love.
Exactly.
That's love.
I just like starting fights on social media.
That's fine, man.
Watch everything burn, bro.
Shout out to that entire organization, right?
Yeah, big up to the Sky, man.
Do it again next year, ladies.
We have some connections to the Sky. So there's some things that are going to happen in the next couple shows. Y'all will see that. They sold out the Wintrust. Now, here's also what was funny.
Not once, but twice.
Here's what's funny. So one of the owners, he gets on, says, yeah, we want to start the season like we ended it. Make sure you sell out, start of the season.
Ain't gonna happen.
Not gonna happen.
People got stuff to do, bro, for real.
Not gonna
I hope they have to gain more fans, though.
First game might be sold out. First home game might be sold out.
For the ring ceremony?
I mean, partially for the ring ceremony.
It looked like a toy.
I was saying the same shit.
Man.
Bruh.
It's just
like respect them women. No, respect them women, man. Right, exactly.
I did see it. I mean, they took it.
That shit like a state championship trophy.
They took it to all the clubs all over the city this weekend. So like, a bunch of homeboys got pictures with it. But so it does look relatively small in comparison to
the Larry O'Brien.
Yeah, for sure.
What's the name of the trophy?
I don't know.
Wow, I'm not a sports fan anymore, bro.
It's a good question.
Damn, you don't know?
I don't.
That's fucked up.
I don't. Yeah, I might be sexist. I might be raging.
Raging. That's an inside joke. Y'all wouldn't understand.
Raging sexist about
that was one of the best threads I think we've had, bro. Hey, you try to spit that double team, bro.
This what I want to do next, right? I want to go ahead. I want Kende, all right? Like Kende Adedapo. You know what's funny? Actually, before we go there, I posted the video when my Kende Adedapo was being interviewed about.
So professional. Mama was proud of her baby, wasn't she?
So look, the way that he pronounced his name, Makinde.
Makinde.
What's his name?
Ifatunji Adedapo.
What the fuck? That shit sound like give me a cab. Anyway. So,
raging. You're raging.
I'm raging.
Raging xenophobia. Raging xenophobia.
I want to talk to you since you fresh off the boat life. It's now officially hoodie season.
All right.
You had a great time out there this summer on the boats. And when I saw this article, it was talking about loud music being played on the boats, and they're thinking about outlawing loud music. The first thing I said was, okay, that's just us. Us meaning the black folks. No, that's what I thought. Yeah. That's what I thought, right? So I want you to just talk about, is it us? Is it everybody? And they call it the Playpen. So let's explain that.
So I mean, in short, there's an area in Lake Michigan where you can pull up and you can anchor your boat. And it's the kind of the popular space because you get the sites of like Navy Pier, you get the Sears Tower buildings, the McCormick Place and all that. So it's like right over there, right before North Avenue or whatever. That little space.
Right? Where you said you was at? On your way in.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's a space. It's basically on the north side of the Navy Pier, but it's a little pen area, I guess, and it's walled off. So the other thing is that when it's real wavy out in the main in the main body of water, there's break walls there. So you're not doing this the whole time.
That makes sense though.
Okay.
So it's generally where people like to anchor. Now we saw a huge increase in the number of Black and Latino folks going out to the Playpen this summer. This was last summer and the year before. They started an organization called Black Scene. And that was, so there's an event every year called Scene, Chicago Scene.
Okay.
And this is just an event where people who own boats go out to the Playpen, they party. Historically, it's been a ton of white folks, right? A couple of years back,
my point.
A couple of people got together and they started Black Scene Weekend, which is the weekend right before Chicago Boat Scene, right? So, first year wasn't that many people. It was kind of a smaller group. Last year would have been a much bigger group than it was, but COVID stopped it. But the year before that was pretty big. So the impetus coming into 2021 summer was like, it was pretty huge because people had big plans for 2020 and didn't happen. So then they had a whole nother year to kind of gear it up. So by the time summer hit,
finance that boat.
And this summer we had like 80 plus degrees almost every day.
It was a beautiful
all
summer. Beautiful summer.
So like, so flat out there was a definite dramatic increase in the number of Black and brown folks that was going to the Playpen. When you go to
number one podcast.
When you go to
they got goals, bro.
It's over there, man.
Bro. I'm shooting.
When you go to
I'm shooting, dog.
When you go to the Playpen though, it gets full. And so I think some of the upsetness that people have that are used to going out there is that they were basically kind of being pushed out of their physical spot.
Can we just call it what it is, bro?
Now, well, hold on, let me get to the last part of this. So when it comes to the music though, here's what's super interesting about that. So the primary docks that people dock at to go to Playpen are Burnham. I'm assuming that's Matt because he's the only person.
I don't know what the door is though, bro.
It's over there. You can't get it. It's on Matt.
They moved.
Yeah, because it's two doors.
Who that?
Locked out?
Yeah, I hope it's not
That's Matt. That's Matt.
Oh, okay.
Okay, there we go. And we got to cut all that out. But anyway,
probably not.
So
Halloween, bro. Ooh,
so the point being that so when you're docking, you got Burnham, which is a lot of older white folks, like your old school Chicago about that folks, right? And then you got, where a lot of more black folks are docking, which is over there on 31st Street. So what we noticed though is that black, white, blue, or whatever, when the boat pulls off, everybody's cranking their music. Because it's the boat thing. It's
now, do you have like 10s and 12s and 15s?
Oh, yeah. People got amps. People got subwoofers, the whole nine, bro. It's like when you pull up on the dock, somebody will be getting a whole sound system installed, right?
Got it.
So
on a boat?
Yeah. Nice. So, but the thing is, when you get out on that water, the sound don't travel. It does not.
I thought it would travel, bro.
No, man, it's so much space.
Imagine a big ass party, both all that music. You don't hear them shits.
Exactly. Like it's so much space. The water absorbs that vibration, right? Absolutely. Music is just a vibration. The water, the wind absorbs that. So even when you're like 100 feet away from another boat, you can barely hear what's happening on another boat.
You gotta be right next to that.
I don't think that in the way that Basi kind of read what the ordinance proposal is, I don't think that this is really about sound
at all.
I think it's an indicator, to your point, to identify groups. Because I'm telling you, I done seen boats full of white folks. I done seen boats full of white folks twerking, dancing on top of the joint, listening to their hands, making a stallion the whole nine, right? So it's definitely not just us, but I think that the likelihood that a group of boat full of black folks is going to be out there bumping their joint with sounds, there's more likely to be black folks doing it per capita than there will be overall. So yeah, I think it's definitely an intended attempt for certain people.
Y'all not really ready to have these conversations
taken.
Two things: black folks own boats, and we do enjoy water,
and we own more now.
We can swim. And secondly, hey man, why don't y'all just stop hating, bro? I'm tired of these anti-black dog whistles. I'm tired of anti-black dog whistles, bro. They from clubs and restaurants and their dress codes and shit like that to ordinances like this, bro. Come on, fam. Let us in. We've been trying to win for a long time.
Let me in.
Well, the truth is you can't keep us out.
That's the problem.
You can't keep us out. So now you trying to adjust the rules is definitely not going to work.
Man,
we already
not going to stop trying though.
Yeah.
And all been talking about what's name Riley talking about, because of safety and this and that. Fam, y'all don't have life vests on the docks. A little boy drowned, his mama suing the city. Y'all talking about some safety? Shut the fuck up.
The same number of people I think have had, and I don't know if this is about fatalities or injuries, but I feel like this summer they reported the same number of injuries as, on par with other previous years. There was no increase is what I'm saying. So it's not, it doesn't, that can't be, that's an argument. But
sincerely from the corners of y'all, knock it off.
Yeah.
We here to stay.
I would like to know your opinion.
All next summer it's gonna be crazy.
I might get out there with y'all next summer, one time at least.
No, we gotta do that. We gotta do that.
Nuts.
Pop up.
I want to know y'all opinion on the NCAA task force. They're backing the removal of standardized tests coming into college.
You say money,
huh? Make it rain, right? God damn it.
So myself, you, former athlete, you, teacher, right? I just want to know.
Was that shade?
No. He was getting there.
No. I can't win. I'm on his home court. I cannot win. Right? It's got to be very strategic with my moves right here.
At some point, you're going to try to split the doubles here, bro. Right. Stop fighting, bro.
Right.
Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing that they're removing that
I'm
standard?
indifferent about it, man. Because this might tail into another conversation we have on here about education as well. Everybody's not meant for school. School is for everybody. They're different learners, bro. And some of the best athletes, because this is what's coming down to. This is what it's about. And these athletic programs give these universities, these institutions money. You know what I'm saying? Some of these athletes, I hate to say it, are stupid, or they've never been forced to go to class, so they won't meet the requirements to test in or get to college. They won't do it. So by lowering it, while lowering the standards or whatever, you may be able to pull more of these athletes in, pull more of them in to play, especially on the other end of that is the one and done rule. Or they about to be done with the one and done. And you can go from high school to the pros, so they want to entice you.
Yeah.
Because everybody ain't gonna make it to the pros.
Right.
Everybody can make the G League, everybody can make overseas, bro.
Good point.
It's simple fucking math. You know what I'm saying? 2 + 2 might be 5 in the situation for them.
Yeah.
We know it's 4, so we know what it's about.
It's interesting, man. John Thompson talks about this in his book.
Get the
time. He talks about it in his book, and he was one of the first. So this rule initially, when they first, I can't remember what year he said, it was like in the 90s, but at some point it was a year. I know Alonzo was there, and I know Dikembe was there. It was one of the years that he had both of them. But
it had to be what, 90,
and they still didn't win,
something like that. Yeah, it's crazy.
Still didn't win.
Two Hall of Famers. Yeah, exactly. Well, Dikembe was just getting started. That was kind of early on in his career. But anyway, the thing is, so at that time they raised the GPA requirement, but it was the SEC that did that, because what was happening was they were losing out on recruits from the South to ACC and Big Ten and all that. Yep. So they did this primarily for football. And exactly to your point, that if there was a grade standard, then these inner cities like Chicago, like New York, like LA, where the school systems are not supported the same, where you have a much different literacy rate, etc., that those athletes would no longer qualify, because this is still the time where most of your recruits came from in-state. Right. You didn't have as much cross-state recruiting as you have now. It does, right? So this is in some ways another approach to that, but it is exactly what you're saying. It is the fact that this is a profession, and the way to go professional does not require a college degree.
Nope, not at all.
I do feel
we're preaching over there.
I feel 50-50 on it though, right? Yeah. Because what it's going to signal to my students in high school that are hoopers that this score doesn't meet the standard of, or isn't a part of what your dream is. But like you said, we all know most of y'all ain't gonna make it no matter what the score. Right. It don't matter what you score on this test or not. Good, but you know you're right. You're just there's people out here that are taller, faster, and shoot better. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. And so you might be the man around here. But there is that concern. And John Thompson said that when he fought, it was called Proposition 44 or something like that when 48? It came out. He fought, him and another group of coaches, they fought this tooth and nail for like 2 to 4 years. And it took 4 years for the NCAA to finally find in their favor that it would end up eliminating young Black kids from low income areas from having opportunities, right? But he says, like, he was conflicted because there is some portion of saying we still want to be able to expect that you're at high, we want players that are high intellect players. We want players that are looking at the game from a more specific standpoint. We don't just want to tell these kids to go out there and play ball. Now, everybody ain't John Thompson. Right. There's some dudes out there that's like, man, just go out there and hoop. Give me 40 buckets. I don't care what you do. Jimmy Johnson was like that, right? He told Michael Irvin, Deion Sanders, do all the cocaine you want to do. Go hang out with all the prostitutes you want, bro. Keep bringing them trophies. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So
I actually don't think nothing wrong with that.
It's a tough thing. It's a tough balance.
I don't think nothing wrong with that, because you're coming to my school for a reason, right? I want you to perform. Now, if I care about scholastics, then I'm probably
for that, bro. I heard the word in a long time.
I'm probably going to have to accept the fact that either you're not that intelligent, or if I get an intelligent player, you're just not going to be as talented as the other player.
That's unfair, but I hear you, though. It makes sense.
Now, I personally don't care. What I do want you to do is I want you to be a good human being. I'm going to teach you how to be a man, right? Those things, it's not negotiable for me, right? But
so whether you can read is not really that big of a deal.
Again, we're not talking about
there's an extreme and then there's like a standard. Right. Dikembe couldn't read, not because he was mentally unable. He had a language barrier.
For sure, right. So that to me doesn't matter, right? I think if I'm the standard, right?
But he had to work his ass off to actually meet the college standard at that time to stay on the team.
For sure, right? But what I'm saying is, if I'm the standard, I think I'm somewhat intelligent, but in other circles, maybe I'm dumb as fuck, right?
Cheating for him.
Nah, I don't think Dikembe was caught up in that.
No, they should have.
Yeah, he said they should have. They were too busy chasing Alonzo around and all that drug money he was doing.
Either way, you're coming to my school to play, right? You come to my school to play. Let's hoop, right? If you have a real shot to go make some money, this is your God-given talent. Go get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel that.
You can go back and learn something. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying.
Now, I do feel that there's something to be said about the fact, and like you said, we're going to talk about this. We got to kind of get through these a little bit quicker. But I think there is something to be said about the fact that we have to accept. I mean, right now, every high school was told for years that you have to be about college readiness. This is the first year where people are saying, no, you know what? We're not going to force kids to say that they have to go to college. if you don't think you want to go to college, then you just need to identify what other things you want to do.
That workforce, buddy.
You want to go You want to go to a trade school. You want to learn how to be a plumber. You want to go fix cars.
You can go sell.
I don't think they putting strippers on there.
But, you want to drop a mixtape? Go ahead.
But at the end of the day, right, they are identifying that there are other avenues for after. And what they say is you still need school to prepare you for those skills, to prepare those skills that you'll use in whatever avenue of life.
If I'm a millionaire, and to give you some of those skills, I need to have common sense.
Right.
That's it. Right. And I think that will happen if I'm teaching you how to be a man.
Right.
And some of those, it's corrective behavior. You can adjust that. Right. You're getting someone at 18 years old. You can mold them for 2 years, maybe even 3 years. Right. Whatever. Screw all that. But in that same basket vein, I was gonna say vein. Right. In that same vein, I don't have a problem with showing favoritism or nepotism to someone that I feel that needs a shot.
You're talking about Dwyane Wade.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
But you say he feels he needs a shot. It's his son. How does he feel he needs a shot?
Because no, here's the real thing. My son
feel he needs a shot. Let somebody give him a shot.
I'm giving him a shot.
Right. I'm giving him a shot. He's the person that can give him a shot. Boom, do it. Right. That's why. All right. So I'm saying all this because Dwyane Wade's son Zaire just signed to the affiliate jazz team for the Jazz. Right.
Yeah, shout out, man. Shout out, man. Good for him, bro. Black nepotism.
No, absolutely. There's nothing wrong with that. Because
a healthy helping of that shit. We need more.
I was talking to Bossy. I believe his name was Kobe Carlisle.
Okay.
Right. So Cody,
right?
Cody. His father was the coach of
one of these things, bro. Yeah.
Seattle Supersonics at one point. And then he was a coach in LA. His son wasn't that tough in high school and or college.
Right.
He gave him a shot.
Yeah.
And he made a tough squad.
John Thompson put his son on the team.
Yeah.
But his son went to another team first.
And he also made him the coach at some point too, right?
Well, yeah, no. He
earned that shit.
He appointed somebody else to coach when he left, and then his son came back to coach. Right. But he did put him on the team, after his son went to Princeton first. And then decided to leave.
There's nothing wrong.
There's nothing. Look, I don't think Zaire is a bad player. At the end of the day, you have to have some game to even compete.
Yeah,
right? No one's running over him.
I think people are saying this.
And Dwyane Wade know if his son a bum.
If Zaire was a bum, he would play himself right off the squad. I think people are saying because it's Dwyane Wade's son, he may very well be a bum.
Well, it's Utah. He's actually part owner now.
So what?
I don't say that out loud.
If I own an NBA team,
I'm agreeing with you. Don't say no.
I am too. Yeah.
I mean, if you want to get on the court, if you want to get in the front office, I have a job for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, I think at the end of the day, it's the American way. You put on for your family, and the way you put on for your family is you pass down the family business. So even if Zaire just comes in and is on the practice squad, but learns what Dwyane does on a day-to-day or learns another role within the organization, he's teaching his son the family business. I have no problem with that whatsoever. Nobody would get mad at Bill Gates if he decided to hire his kid to be executive vice president of software. He ain't never programmed shit.
Easy targets, though.
Nobody would do that, right? Nobody. You know, hell, the Clintons and the Bushes made the presidency
out here with these OC emails. Let's be clear.
Yeah, I'm just saying like that. But the Bushes and the Clintons made the presidency a whole, nepotism farm in and of itself. So yeah, and so did other presidents. So no, I don't. Under no circumstances.
So all the haters I hear, he just made it because it's there. So what?
So what? It's one slot. Go somewhere else.
Bust your ass.
Go somewhere else.
You know what I mean? This is kind of in your lane, Abasi. I had to kind of research who is Black.
I'm right here. I'm right here, bro.
Black Adam. Okay, ADAM. Dwyane, what's his name?
Rock Johnson.
Yeah, Dwyane Johnson. I don't even know why I call him Dwyane. That's weird.
It's his first name.
Yeah, but who recognized him as Dwyane?
Everybody who watches Jumanji.
People that didn't watch wrestling.
So you never called him The Rock?
Nope.
That's real.
I'm guilty of that shit.
Wrestling is trash.
I call him The Rock. I had before.
Well,
I had before, but I don't anymore.
He's dropping his joint 2022.
Can't wait.
Yeah, I'm definitely fucking with it.
What is it?
Wait.
It's called Black Adam.
It's a superhero movie, bro.
And
what is it?
They're from Egypt, right? They're from Egypt?
From Egypt, mythical place in Egypt. And in this movie, what's interesting is, as they should be from this part of the world, the heroes and villains are black. You know what I'm saying? They're black, they're not whitewashed, okay?
Right. I love it.
So he is the nemesis of Captain Marvel, the original Captain Marvel, which is now Shazam.
Not Shazam that Shaq played.
No, hell no. Garbage, but you got to check. Good job, Shaq, getting it back. But no, the actual real hero Shazam. So it's a long story, and they come from the same family of wizards as far as getting their powers and shit, man. So it's he actually got the power first, but his soul was corrupt, so he got banished. And then here comes Billy Batson.
This is Marvel.
This is DC.
DC Comics. Okay.
DC Comics, bro, which I love.
Man, I'll be super out.
But yeah, it's something like, you got a bunch of adults that grew up on comic books.
For sure. Yeah.
So we are filling the theaters up when these movies hit the fucking screen, whether it's Marvel or DC.
And that's the same thing. That's the same thing that's gonna happen with them, these classic Versus tours, like the KRS One Big Daddy game.
I hate I missed it, bro. I can imagine who
won. That was great.
I don't know.
Was it?
Actually, I don't think anybody won, bro. It was.
They performed Love's Gonna Get You?
Yes.
That's my shit right there. Man. It's in my top 5 songs of my life.
I'm going to say this. I was supremely shocked at how well Big Daddy Kane, because Big Daddy Kane had long verses.
Jay-Z father?
He had long verses. He didn't have short verses.
And he machine gun sometimes too, though.
And he's rapping at a high pace. So, but at one point they went straight freestyle for like 2 straight rounds. KRS-One was
like, it, man.
And real talk,
I love it, bro.
Real talk though.
Bro.
This is a tough one for me because on this very stage right here, we've had both of these brothers, and I got high amounts of respect for both. But DJ Scratch, I don't know if y'all know this.
Yeah.
But for years, he's been calling out Kid Capri. DJ Scratch is heavy in the scratch game. He wins all the competitions. He basically has been saying Kid Capri is not a real DJ because he don't scratch. No, hear me out.
Okay.
He basically said Kid Capri is not a real DJ. He don't scratch. And every time Scratch challenges him to a battle, Capri ignores it, right?
Is it a levels thing?
So
come on, man. I'm Kid Capri. I'm on deficit.
So Capri
from the East Coast.
So Capri is on stage, right? And they still doing the verses. And Big Daddy Kane tells Scratch, all right, man, cue up the next joint. And Scratch said, hold on 1 second. And he plays some pre-cued joints that he recorded talking about some, bro, that last blend you did was garbage. Kid Capri, you garbage. Just in front of the whole garden, right? And Big Daddy Kane's like, all right, man, all right, that's enough. That's how you say it. And Scratch is like, Kid Capri, garbage, Kid Capri. I mean, straight machine. He was not going to pass up this opportunity.
He shouldn't.
Because in his mind, Kid Capri been ducking him. I think it was a little bit of a snake move, too.
I like that.
But
that's a snake move,
Kid Capri takes it on the chin for a minute and says, look, I'm finna address this right now. He was like, you can do that scratching joint for 2 minutes. You know what I'm saying? I get paid to rock the party, which if you've been to a Kid Capri party, that's exactly what he does. He rocks the party. It's not about him scratching. It's not about what kind of technical skill he got. So this is a constant conversation amongst DJs, right? Is that from a DJ purist standpoint, Scratch be going crazy with these mixes, and done right, he'll rock the party with that too, right? He did a whole, he scratched in all the area codes in New York.
Okay.
Using that 1 2 2 2 1 2 7 1 8 7 1 8. Right.
Yeah.
Why do you know these things?
Which is dope.
What do you mean? I'm from Shaolin. What do you mean?
But so anyway, and then Kid did his little scratch on both hands, and then Scratch was like, yo, let's go. Anyway, all I'm saying to say is it was a dope versus for a return to at least the essence of what hip hop was with those two brothers, man. And them dudes, they showed the clear difference between their styles, their eras, and the fan bases that they create. And to your point, the lanes that they created, you know what I mean? In a lot of ways, the Big Daddy Kanes definitely created the lanes for the Jay-Z's of today, and the Nas's for that matter. And he gave big props to Shantae, saying that she was the one, Roxanne, that she was the one that put all of them on, him, Biz Markie, the whole 9. So it was, man, if you didn't see that one,
actually last night they did the Queens of Hip Hop or whatever on ABC.
I'm disappointed in the reason they did it, bro.
I hate it. Was super whack.
I love seeing them on screen, though, bro. I love seeing MC Light and all them, bro. I loved it.
I love MC Light, Lover, right?
I thought you were talking about that show that.
No, wait. No. It was a shameless plug for that shit, bro.
Oh, okay. I
saw what they did there. Yep. But here's what else I hated about that shit, right? Bro.
Well, even thick as hell back in the day, bro.
They didn't say a word about Rhapsody, yo. Well, she's new.
The queens of hip hop,
bro. They had 2 new young people on there.
What was
she
it
don't
on?
fit in none of them categories, bro. She don't.
Because she ain't shaking her ass.
What was it on?
That's
It
not
was on
true.
ABC.
That's not true.
It was,
ABC.
it was like a
Yes,
documentary or something. I don't understand.
Just paying homage to
It was on
the
ABC,
women of hip hop.
The past and the present.
Yeah.
The past and the
I
present.
can tell you right now, MC Light, Queen Latifah, all of them,
Roxanne Shante,
they know 100% who Rhapsody is.
Yo.
They definitely know who Rhapsody is, and they definitely rocking with Rhapsody.
They call Missy hip hop. They call her a rapper.
She is a rapper.
She's an entertainer.
She's an
entertainer.
But she makes that shit happen though. You know what I'm saying? But that was, to me, I enjoyed watching it for the hour. I'm gonna be short-winded here.
I didn't even see it.
I enjoy watching it. Fuck Monday Night Football. I turned straight to see these sisters get their flowers while they're here. But then they started showing and kept showing a preview to the show coming on called Queen, starring Brandy. And I love Brandy.
Yeah.
All these sisters up there, you know, cool, get the bag, do y'all shit. But it was a shameless plug for that. And I didn't respect it. I didn't like that.
Felt like it was a cheapening of the actual recognition.
They had Trina on there talking her shit.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Trina.
Hey, she said, I'm not a rapper. But the homie came and said, hey, man, can you just spit something over this for me? Do you know Nan? So she was like, I don't rap, dude. He said, just say anything. So she said,
over the beat,
over You Know Nan beat. She said, I took what he said and just rewrote it
as
from a woman's
female.
version.
Yeah, she been saying that.
Popped. And I was like, I didn't know that, bro.
She been saying that for years, man.
She
been saying that for years in every interview about that song.
But after that, the label wanted her to talk about only that shit, and that was a problem.
That's kind of all that
they low key
Yeah.
should have had Auntie Lori on there, man, because she's causing a whole bunch of shit in the city,
don't know
man.
Nan. Lori don't know Nan.
She don't know Nan.
Police that fuck with me. I don't know Nan.
She's about to create a purge in Chicago, right?
Don't keep on. That's hot though.
And she's not trying to
she don't get no
run
fun,
again. So the shit that she's doing now.
Oh, she announced she's not running again?
She has announced, but you can tell by some of her moves,
she's not going to win, bro.
So I bring that up to talk about the mandate. I just saw the dude, the young lady who got killed in line of duty. Her partner just got out the hospital. His mother just went on the news, said, I'm going to no pay status officially today. Right. My question is, how many? Is it half? Is it black? Is it white? Is this Hispanic? How many people are really ready to take this?
Some are.
No
pay status, bro. They're standing pat. They're standing firm because I can have mental health issues, and I don't have to tell you that as my employer on my job. I don't have to tell you that. I can have every STD in the fucking book. I don't got to tell you that. I can have every severe health issue going on in my body. I don't have to tell you that. But all of a sudden, it's necessary for my job. I have to tell you if I'm vaccinated or not. This seems like, to any educated minds, anybody with 2 fucking eyes looking, this seems like the step before step. And everybody know by December 31st now, she wants everybody in the city vaccinated. So both my jobs, the park and this one.
Right.
See, I'm gonna have to get 4 shots then, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's fucked up.
That way, booster shots.
Boy, nah, and that's crazy as hell too, man. But all at night over the radio, all you hearing is officers saying, hold the line. I'm looking like, what line? Exactly. Hold the line. What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh God.
Shut the fuck up. And then like seeing a bunch of people that have been violating civil rights their entire career feel wrong because they feel their civil rights are being violated, bro. And
so
then,
interesting.
bro. Yeah, it's so goofy, man. And now it's like, okay, you can rebel, but do it smartly. You go into this portal, right? If you put your information in the portal, it gives you 3 more months till you have to get vaccinated. All right. And who knows what can happen until then or for then. My problem is the teachers either got vaccinated or I wish we had that union. Fuck our FOP president, he's a moron. Or they can get tested every week. Yeah. Why can't we get that option?
Yeah. Well,
her reason was this though, because we come in contact with so much of the community. Why should she don't want us infecting them? Motherfucker, it's more them than it is us. This is backwards. What are you doing?
Big facts. Now, so my question is, before the pandemic, is it true or not true that you had to get certain shots?
No.
You didn't have to report that? Okay.
No, bro, you had to do nothing. Bro, it's the reason why we can be off work for 3 days. We can say we sick, be off work 3 days.
And not tell them what you was out for real.
But
not have to produce a doctor's note.
Make that shit make sense.
No, and
I ain't even mad.
I think it really is. The challenge here is I really don't rock with Castananzo. He is definitely the worst human being.
No, he's running for president. I mean, mayor. That's y'all know. That's y'all new mayor.
To me, it's just too obvious that he's out to support one group of people. He doesn't have any interest in supporting more than one group of people. But anyway, but what I do feel like I empathize with is the same thing you bring up, this concept that privacy of your health records in America is a coveted right. It's right up there with your freedom of speech. So if we start saying that, well, you have to submit your health status, we all know that insurance companies and for you know, when you have a pre-existing condition or something like that, that raises premiums.
Right.
If they identify a particular precinct that has a particular larger group of African-American or Latin, and this isn't just city police, this is all city departments, right? Those things have an effect. And the point he keeps making that she refuses to answer is, how do we know this information isn't being shared elsewhere? And that's the big one. We know information gets hacked. We know that information gets shared with different entities. And how is not knowing that in America, you've always had the right to protect your health results, right? So it does seem to me to be this interesting breach.
Is this a scare tactic?
Yes, absolutely. In her speech today, if you saw
she gave a speech today.
Yeah. In her press conference, she said she gave the numbers and of all cities.
See how fast she showed that shit out.
Right. She gave the numbers of all city though. She said all city departments, employees. All city departments. She ran the numbers down, and then to poke at your mans and them, she said, now to put those numbers into context, if we take out the Chicago Police Department and the Chicago Fire Department, who are also pretty adamant about protesting this, she said the numbers would be at 96%. So she's clearly showing that the only reason the city isn't above the threshold that has been recommended is she's saying it's because of the police department, right?
It's your fault. I don't fuck with y'all. It's your fault.
But there's still this deeper quotient. At the end of the day, this is what's up at stake.
Quotient. That's about 9, bro.
That's math.
That's math.
Lori is not talking to police officers. She's talking to everyday average citizens who are scared that the police will not come to work and there won't be police in their neighborhood.
I'm
right?
fucking with it there.
That's what she's talking to. She's trying to convince the everyday average citizen that the police are putting you at danger by not doing this, right? And her argument for safety within that is that the police are, if they respond to an event and they don't have the vaccine, that they could transmit COVID, right? But here's the question I've been asking. They said they got 4,000 religious and medical exemptions.
They're going to try not to honor that shit either, though.
Now wait. CPS teachers, I know CPS teachers that did file religious and medical exemptions and they were not honored. They still were told they had to get the vaccine. So now again, we're looking at something that could potentially arrive in the Supreme Court 2 years from now.
But can you tell me why Cook County sheriffs, they had 100%, 90%?
Can I tell you why they are?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll give you one piece of information. Chicago is one of the few cities that is politicizing this like this.
Yeah,
this isn't happening in most other cities.
Other departments are watching us too, though. No bullshit.
Yeah, a lot of other cities. This is a political thing. This really isn't about COVID. This really isn't This isn't about citizens.
About safety.
This is about Lori and Catanananzo, or however you say his name. It's about them.
Say it again.
Flexing. Catanananzo. Kind of these nuts. I don't know, man.
Kind of these nuts.
Yeah, I don't rock with it.
Here's in my opinion, this is what's going to happen. They put people on non-pay status. Y'all don't report y'all shit. You know who's really watching? That we talk about all the time?
Who?
The fucking criminal.
Oh, yeah.
It's going down. It's going down.
There was a rumor, though, that this past weekend, that U-Haul was so low on trucks because people was renting trucks. It was a rumor.
To go rob.
Yeah, to go rob shit. It was just a rumor, though. But
I need them to return the trucks. I need to move next week. Bring the trucks back.
Yeah, but this last little tidbit, we can move on, bro, because you got some good shit on there that you can just shout out. We ain't got to say shit about it. This is how you know police are going to lose this fight, bro. People think it's about disclosing information. That's what we mad about. People think it's about we're fighting for not getting the mandated shot. The only fight we have now, our union is hanging its hat on her mandating and creating a policy in the middle of contract negotiations, which she can't do.
Right.
That's the only fight we have, dog.
We're going to
lose that.
She threatened, and she threatened that if anybody tries to retire while under investigation, that she's going to hold a.
She can't do that, though.
I mean, but this is what I'm saying.
She can't do. That's some bully shit, bro.
Exactly. And so what I'm trying to say is like what you can clearly tell is that this has nothing to do with COVID.
Nope.
All of this is a tactic machine. What can we do? How can we respond? It's just politics. So both of them can jump off the bridge as far as I'm concerned.
We gonna watch it closely, man.
Let's roll.
Bossy, I have a room.
I love this shit.
Right? You know what I mean? Can they now have some more space?
Oh,
so you know what I'm saying? You get out here.
Gonna be fucked up.
Oh, sir. No. Wow. My condo association has very specific rules around guests.
What, no 6'5" people?
Exactly. Yeah, I'm adding that. I'm making that suggestion tomorrow.
Look at Lightfoot.
Yeah, man.
Look, let me just run through this Black Excellence real quick. In Detroit, PENSOLE Lewis College slated to be the first HBCU to reopen as part of a $500 million investment in Detroit. I thought that was dope because Detroit has the largest Black population. They don't have a HBCU, which is kind of crazy if you think about it.
That is cool, though.
I'm going to give Black Excellence to Eddie Brown and Sylvia Brown. They donated $5 million to Howard University. A Black couple, they met at Howard, graduated, went on to do whatever they do.
I got one question, though, about that. Why everybody keep donating to Howard though, bro?
Because Howard's fucked up right now, bro.
Don't exist or something?
No. No. Howard,
they do.
If you've been paying attention,
these former Howard grads.
Yes.
I mean, that's fine. They'll fucking
Howard is fucked up right now. Roaches, bad living conditions in the dorms. All kind of
one of my nephews goes to Howard. Maybe we'll have him on the show.
Yeah, D-Daughter go there too. You know what I mean? So I'm actually talking to her.
Twin, boy.
What else we got? That was it, man. Oh, no. I have to give a shout out. I got to give a shout out to Dawn Staley. She just became the highest
big up
NCAA Black woman's coach.
Long overdue.
Long overdue.
She keep the Gamecocks. That's the name of their team.
And
Gamecocks.
South Carolina one time. But I am going to say, real talk, Dawn Staley was always, when the WNBA first came out, that was my favorite. That's what made me respect WNBA out the gate. Because when I was watching her handle the rock, Jason Kidd was my favorite NBA player at the time.
Y'all the same color.
Bro, when I was watching her handle the rock, I was just like, yo, this is nice. Pure.
Yeah, she's nice.
Ball on a string. You know what I'm talking about? Vision out the body. So, man, seeing her get her just do super shout out to Dawn Staley. Also, I always thought she was kind of cute.
Look at you.
I did too.
I think the WNBA caught my eye when they first opened, when I watched Cynthia Cooper, bro.
Yeah, she was.
I was like, God damn, what
she had a Kobe about her.
Old.
Yeah, she had a Kobe. Yeah, she was like, she was already like 35. Yeah, she was super old.
And then they had her, Tina Thompson.
She was on the Comets, right? Yeah. She was. Yeah, they was like the powerhouse in the first couple years. Yeah,
I say shit. That's it.
Yeah. Hey, since we are at the Promontory, a music venue, right? You see it. I gotta ask.
I love it. I don't like it. I love it. Hate
it. Can you please tell me what happened to sampling? Right now, and I asked this question because if you look at production now, and let's go back to 96 to 2000, where everybody was sampling.
Think about your whole music history, bro. Just think about it all.
You know what I mean? The Kanye's, Heatmaker, obviously, Heat Makers, DJ Premier, the whole nine, right? All those producers. Who am I missing? From The Rock, Just Blaze, right?
You had to mention him, huh?
For sure. Right? What happened to sampling? It doesn't sound the same.
Well,
it doesn't sound the same. And what I've noticed is the shit that's being sampled now, it's our music.
Fam, we old. We the old cats now.
No. You old. I'm not old.
Okay. Your birthday before mine, right?
No.
Okay. I'm
reborn.
Bro. You know what thing happened though, man? When you finish?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
What thing happened, bro? It went from people taking portions or ad-libs from a song to now actually just ripping the whole song and just changing up how it sounds. Instead of it being drum laden, maybe now it's horn laden, you know what I'm saying? But it's the same beat. Like, think about You got Computer Love, right? Computer Love. Everybody know that beat. Now think about the hit.
Right.
Joe, but think about the hit that came out last summer with Jeremiah and Neo. Only want you to love. It's the same beat, but it sounds different. Although it's the same beat. They're taking the whole songs. Now, I'm not mad at it because
that's not the first. I mean, our 90s crowd was taking whole songs from the 70s, right? 70s.
But what I'm saying is, though, I've watched producers.
They're taking hits because these hits are still going to be hits.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
I'm talking about the actual taking. Like I've watched you sample, right? I've watched Tommy sample. I've watched Tony Bang sample, right?
I'm telling.
I'm talking about I've watched them go through the crates. I'm giving them records and how I don't feel like the chop up is different.
Here's what's different. No, this is what's there.
So we are the old folks.
There's two things. One,
three things. First of all, I see it.
First and foremost, technology changed everything.
Okay.
The sampling of our era, you had to go get the record. You had to find the spot on the record. You had to get that into the MP.
Right.
And then you had to line up and chop it up. Right. They're able to download a YouTube file straight into the program that already separates it into chops.
And then super chops.
So that's what wonderful. So that by itself will speed up this process of whatever I want to use. Now, but here's the other part to your point about the culture of sampling. It was definitely a thing to find something that nobody knew where it came from.
Right.
When you really, Hondo was the one that taught me sampling in true form, because we would find a record, like we had this one cut that we worked on, and it was a Sarah Vaughan jazz song. And there was a part at the end of the song, at the very, very end, that she just does this run. Now we're talking classic jazz. We're talking 1920s jazz, right? And at the very end of the song, she does this run. And we caught that sample and we chopped it up into ooh, ooh, like all different notes of it, right? And once the more he chopped it and the more he broke it down into pieces, the less and less recognizable it was. So the original form of sampling was about, okay, I might take this piece of this song,
right?
But the game here, where I show my skill as where I show my skill as a producer is in my ability to disguise this sample so that you don't know. Because there was a part where Premier on a Guru track,
that's my point, though,
on a Gangstar joint was like, y'all got to stop snitching. Like these cats out here telling people where we got the record from, where we got the original record from, because then you got to pay royalties or whatever. But the art of sampling really did come from you being able to chop a sample into something and make it something new. They're not doing that anymore.
They're not making it new.
They're taking just a flat out formula that was already there and they're just adding on top.
Slow that bitch down, speed up.
But that's technology. Technology speeds up. If you had to spend more time to use it, like we had to spend more time to be able to use those records, then I don't think it would be happening like that.
The gift and the curse of technology in the same stroke, same sentence, excuse me. So if you got satellite radio, like on the weekends, DJ Who Kid does a scramble mix. And it's amazing how some of these songs we love and grew up with are whole song samples.
Yeah, oh yeah.
The whole song samples, bro.
Yeah.
So it's there. Now it's just more prominent, you know what I'm saying? It's
but those whole songs were like some random like R&B
whole song, though.
Right. But it's not it's not from the popular space.
So
it's from some
separated from the popular, not popular there.
Right. Because I'm saying like you're like the songs that they're sampling whole songs now are like were number one hits in their era. I'm saying
still gonna be hits, bro.
When you look at Ninth Wonder,
Let's Chill.
When you watch Ninth Wonder go through the crates, he's selecting records of artists you've never heard of, bro.
Exactly.
You never even knew they existed.
If you put all of us in a room and our fathers, you think it could be a DJ live that'll find some shit that we don't know?
Yes.
I don't know, bro.
No. My man Chill.
Exactly. My man Chill. My dad, my Uncle Jack, when I tell you we grew up on that,
like family
they were DJs.
Sampling, bro.
And you know,
like Joe.
It was rooms and rooms
of records, bro.
Records. Yeah.
I think we're
still got some of my pop joints. Yeah.
All right, bet. We winning.
All right. Damn, I think there's so much more that we can really uncover.
We don't have to
we go. We can
keep that going.
But next show, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Show it's ways to tie that shit in.
All right.
Like so, I tie my do-rag for these braids.
So since you the old guy on the show, let me ask you this.
I'm definitely the old guy. I got the grades to prove it.
Let's talk about transitional middle years.
I don't understand what that is, though.
So the transitional middle years are your 40s, right?
Okay.
Now you are financially stable.
Okay.
Your career is good. Your social life is good, right?
Okay.
That transition from, let's say, 30 to 40, what was that? And from 40 moving forward to,
I think.
No, because I kind of feel like as men, we don't talk about that transition enough. Because if you just,
it's not popularized.
Right. So if you just at some point wake up and be like, damn, I'm 40 and I'm not doing nothing. I'm still doing the same shit I was doing at 30.
That's called a loser. Right? Unless you've been a winner. Unless you're winning, then okay, it's different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But I'm saying now you're 40 plus, right? And your life is together. But you spent 20 years of your life doing whatever.
That's a process, though. See, you're speaking to a different process there of growing up and maturation, bro.
These are,
you know what I'm saying?
I would consider 40 to 50 your glory years, right? That's your transitional.
Interesting.
As a man or as a woman?
No, as a man.
I'm different time frame.
I don't believe.
I think it's different per person. Because me personally, dog, like I tell my brother Lano, shout out Lonnie, every 5 years after 25, watch how different your body reacts and how different your thought process is. When from 25 to 30. When you're 30, watch it. When you're 35, check it out again. When you're 40, check it out again, bro. It's different. Your body reacts different. You think differently. You move differently, bro. Those transitional years are, to me, an accumulation of stories of your life, your experiences in your life, the range of emotions you've experienced in your life, bro. And that make you and set you up for the next phase of your life. Because I ain't gonna lie, people always say, man, I hate getting old. I'm looking forward to fucking 50. I'm trying to get old. I'm trying to get old, bro. Because I know what? I think I'm living good. I got good friends, good people. I live a good life, man. Look at why would I want to experience that more? Why wouldn't I want to experience that shit more, bro?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, man. It's something about you know what? Again, we have this really interesting place in society, bro, because we come from the generation that was pre-internet as a kid. And then we watched the internet and then all the things that came with it and the smartphone technology. We watched that develop as we got older. And now we are the adults in an era where all of that is like super prominent, right? So we are the one generation that has access to what it was like before and what it's like now. Our parents didn't have access to that, right? Like by the time they were in their 40s, there still was no internet.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? It was just starting out, right? It was still that little CD that you got in the mail.
You still had the house phone, really.
But exactly, right? Like you still had the rotary situation in some cases. So it's like we have such an interesting position in this game. But Hov said it that one time when he was like 30 is the new, or what is it? 30 is the new 20.
Yeah.
That was an amazing statement from a societal perspective because it's not though, because it was expected. It was expected in your 20s, pre-1990, that you were getting a job, moving out of your parents' house, or going to college or whatever. Like you were moving on with your life. At 18, it was about you. Right. Now, man, you got 30-year-olds still like living with their parents at a way higher rate than prior. So I guess what I'm saying is, also, the job markets have changed, right? The type of job you would have gotten out of high school in 1989, 1998, that window, the type of job you would have got would have been an entry-level job at a Walmart, a Target, or whatever, some office.
Liberty Tax Sign.
And then and then you would have progressed through that space for a certain amount of years. Those aren't the kind of jobs that these young folks don't even qualify for those kind of jobs, because those jobs are being given to machines in a lot of ways. They're being automated. So I think that the idea of your mid-years, man, I'll say this. I'm turning 40 this year in 2 months. And shout out, you know what I'm saying?
The 40 Club will be complete on the show, bro.
Keep an idea, keep your eyes peeled for, the festivities that shall ensue. But yeah, man, as I turn 40, and again, it's interesting because again, I moved here when I was 30, right? I moved to Hyde Park at 30, right? I moved back to Chicago at 30.
You was
everything I've done over the last 10 years has been in this apartment that I'm about to leave, and in this room that we're at now, right? So it's like, for me, looking at my 30s is looking at this era of my life. Right. So going in my 40s, yes, like to your point, I'm super excited about what the next space is, but
because you got shit in place, you making the right moves, bro.
I got shit in mind for what I want to do next.
I got be a sad space, bro.
But for some, it can be.
So here's the thing, right? That's fine. So right again, if you it's a transition, right? And
but look at you though, in your transition years.
Like, his kids are grown now. What are you gonna do with the rest of his life? Like his kids are grown. They're about to stop calling him. They're about to stop hanging with you.
I'm gonna hang with you losers.
No, not me. You're not welcome. No.
I'm not welcome.
No.
Thanks. You know what I mean? You're a real friend.
I'm in his couch though. No job.
I don't want you around my kids. Oh, my Uncle Mon is a virtual uncle.
No, I think
he just admitted he got kids.
Good call.
I'm Drake out here now.
I don't know, man. For me, I think that there's always a point where you say to yourself, damn, I'm here now. What took me so long to get here?
That's real.
Right?
Right.
And the only thing, I hate using the word regret because I don't have any regrets, because if I did, then I would be where I'm at. But if I could have had my head on a little bit straighter, you know what I mean? Just a little bit.
I said maturation earlier, didn't
yes,
I? It's a process to get where you're going, bro.
Yes.
It is.
All right. Okay. That's fair.
I mean, there's no way to ever be able to fill in the blank of what I would have known. Yeah. I mean, I just think that there is such a. I do think that it's very clear right now.
I think maybe we don't listen. I think if I would have listened a little bit more.
40 is not the same 40 as it was before, bro. I mean, we're gonna talk about this in a second when we bring the guest on, but it's like there was a thing where if you were a 40-year-old at the club when we were in our 20s. You were the lamest. You had no life. There was something wrong with you, right? And even the style of dress of a 40-year-old back then. That's how
Mike Lowry.
Yeah, that's how we knew who you was. Like that's how we knew you was 40 in the club, right?
Yo, it was a clown. It was a clown.
I'm 40. Look at how I'm dressed.
That literally he went to Southern, and everybody knew that he was like a
7th-year senior.
Exactly. Right.
Oh man, we had dudes that didn't even attend classes. They just showed up to the cafeteria.
I would see this dude everywhere. It's like, bro, like you're a predator at this point.
Yeah.
And I said to myself, I never want to be like that dude. You know what I'm saying?
But now that guy's everywhere because you know what? Eras. Think about the generation, dog. Your parents, whatever they call
baby
them,
boomers.
Us, all these bro, all the shit, bro. It's fewer years between these generations.
True,
now,
that's true.
So it's
that's true. It used to be like 25, now it's down to like 10, 15.
Bro, it's crazy.
That's very true.
There's too much fucking going on right here, man.
Absolutely. You go catch the generation at the same time.
Technology is what changed the generational thing because it was baby boomers and Gen X. Baby boomers were like 30 years span, 25, 30 span. Then Gen X was like early 70s to late
no, it's something before.
Sorry.
After baby boomers, it's something, and then
no, it's Gen. Oh, you might be right.
Yeah, I'm definitely right.
Generation, whatever it is.
You stopped? Did you stop
right
today, bro?
You might actually, yeah. And I just read this book about the generations too, so I'm actually blanking on that one. But Gen X, the thing that changes everything is Gen X to millennials to Generation I or Z or whatever you want to call them now is technology hyper speeds up. And so they start identifying different qualities and different measurements or what do you call it?
You got the boomers.
Measurement angles. It's Generation X.
Boomers, first set of boomers 2, Generation X.
Oh, boomers 2. It's boomers 2.
All right. One for the kid.
Somebody.
So let me ask you this though. When you said what is 40 like at 2021 versus 2000, what did you actually mean when you said that?
Say it again.
When Kende said what is 40 like at 2021 versus
he just kind of talk about that
2000.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so again, when I was 25, DJing at a club.
Think about the 40-year-old then. He was 25.
Right. The 40-year-old, the 40-year-old then was somebody who had kids, had like, the crib in the suburbs, like, had a steady job. You didn't see the 40-year-old.
You're breaking the mold because now you're the 40-year-old that
you,
not
just you,
bro. No, that's what I'm saying. There's more of me. We're about to call one on the show.
Yeah.
Like there are more people, women and men, not just men, women and men who are foregoing those early metrics of get engaged, get married, buy a house, have a kid.
You don't see me sitting here.
I mean, agree, but you got a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like you.
That's my dog too, man.
You had.
I saw him getting lined up, man. Doing the facial hand shit. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just saying.
What up, baby?
Love it, man.
I'm just saying that somewhere here there is a shift in priorities by age. There used to be an expected. If you were 30 and you live with somebody else, you had a roommate, you still live with your family, you were the epitome of a loser.
Right.
Now, if you're 30 and you live with somebody else, you're economically savvy. You're waiting for the right opportunity. You're not forcing yourself to societal's rules. I don't know that somebody did. I think that the world changed and the capacity.
Y'all was smart.
If you wanted to be sustainable financially and independent, the same book I was telling y'all about before, they said one of the number one things we wanted was a driver's license, bro. You couldn't. If you looked at that door on the day you knew I could take driver's ed, I could do that today. Cool. That was the most important thing to us. This generation does not register that the same way. The polls are saying that they don't want licenses because they're being dropped off, because they can Uber, because so having a driver's license, having a driver's license.
So you gonna split that double? You gonna split that double like that? The polls? Yo, you heard it. You said it. What do you mean?
The driver's like, I was making a point.
Boom, boom, boom. I'm listening to you.
Providing analysis. I have no idea what y'all talking about. But I'm just saying, again, this generation is not nearly as interested in independence at an early age as we were. There's a certain lack of safety that comes with it from their standpoint. There's definitely some level of overall societal coddling, I think. But overall, independently, these young people are not seeking individuality in the same ways that we were, and the same ways that our parents were.
That's real. That's real. Since we the old guys,
well, individuality is kind of arriving in a group. Don't worry about it. Yes, keep going. That can be that conversation going forever, bro. Yeah.
But if you happen to walk in Promontory, any other club, Persona, whatever, right? Do you look at women or think that women truly dress for themselves, or are they trying to outdress the next woman?
I did a little research on this. I bullshit you not.
Okay.
And the consensus was, we try and dress better than the next sister.
Exactly. Yeah, it's not even remotely debatable. Like,
there are hints of something else to that, but we are absolutely trying to kill. We're trying to slay everybody else. We don't mind them looking good, but we're trying to slay everything else. And what let you know you did it was when a chick walk past and say, "Damn, sis, you killed that shit."
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I had to do homework for this one, bro.
I did the same. Like, this kind of came up from a conversation, right? It was like this idea that, like, at the, you invite a young lady out. Hey, we're gonna go.
I'm saying how we talking?
Okay, we invite a lady out, regardless of what age she is.
Regardless. Wait a minute. No. What do you mean regardless?
I mean, not like illegal age. God,
shit together, man. Let's be clear.
The point here is about what he's saying. So you invite a lady out. Let's say an adult lady. Please, you invite.
Hey, what is he talking about, yo?
Going to jail
and let's say wherever you're going, right? You're like, she asks you, because they always do. What do you think? Should I wear this? Should I wear that? And you say, no, that'll be, even if you're trying to give real input. No, I think that'll be cool. Most people are going to be casually dressed. Right. It's a chill kind of environment. And then you see them be like, and they go back and they change a thing. And then they come back and ask the same question again, right? So my process is like, this can't, what you're telling me when I ask you, why does it take you so long, is I just want you to be really happy, that this ain't about me. Because I told you you was good, right?
3 outfits ago.
This is about the people that you have yet to see, and you don't want to be second tier. You don't want to walk in the room and some sister done laid it out, and now you like, man, shit, I should have worn my joint.
I got that at home too. That's their favorite line. I got that at home too.
But the killer for me is that they make it seem like, no, I get dressed for me. Use a whole lie. You use a whole lie, because when you get dressed for you wearing jogging suits and bonnets and all kind of other type of bonnets. Bro, women love to be comfortable, right? But they will get super uncomfortable in their clothing just to make sure that they look better than the next woman.
Absolutely.
Like, that is just hands down.
Women, we don't do that. As men, we don't do that.
Yes, we do.
Nah.
Yes, we do. I have deliberately not gone to places.
Jackson episode, guess what?
Right.
Perfect example.
Exactly. I shined out everybody in my J's. I made sure everybody got to see the Concords. Oh, you didn't feel it? You didn't see that coming? So you had a Concord for the thighs.
All I'm saying is maybe not to that degree. I'm not putting no shit on, be like, I know I'm gonna kill him.
You go to a venue you've never been to before. What's your?
But I'm flying all the time.
Okay, we'll give you that, right.
So I'm different.
Debatable. Right. So
according to
and
it depends on the environment. Somebody asked me, they was like, "Yo, what does a mom wear to Boulevard?" I was like, you know what? I got some Jordans. I was like, you want a jean jacket and a Teddy Ruxpin sweater. Then I was like, in my mind, I was
Polo.
like, the only dude that comes to that location like he at a hip hop concert. Everybody else puts on a V-neck, some decent shoes, some slacks.
Fire.
So we're the only one.
What would make you?
Him and Q-Billa.
What would make you
wore pink hip hop clothing?
Get up and get out and try to kill the entire, venue you at when it comes to dressing.
I ain't never seen you in a suit other than your wedding.
I got some bow tie fly shit. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That's not what I asked you. Fuck all the fuck we talking
Right, so
about.
what's your ask? What do you ask?
What's the when are you gonna try and outdo everybody?
Yeah, what will make you do that?
Sneaker ball?
Nah, hell no.
You stupid dog.
Sneaker ball every day when I walk outside. I don't know, bro.
So nothing, huh?
I don't know.
I need you to grow up, fam. Get into your 40s.
I can't invite you to my birthday party if you don't have a pair of square.
I mean, if I have plenty, like I got some dope
not from
shit.
your wedding.
Do Jay-Z gotta tell you wear a suit and jacket, a suit and tie?
Fuck out of here. Fuck this.
Griselda gotta tell you wear a suit and tie?
Negative. What I'm saying is, I got a bunch of shit. That's just not what I'm comfortable in. But I can put that shit on.
So answer my question.
I can put that shit on and kill anybody.
So what's the event you putting that shit on for?
If it says no gym shoes, then cool. I'm gonna grab some.
So you ain't going to Rush Street at all.
For what? I don't give a fuck about Rush Street.
I'm just saying, there's no gym shoes over there.
Well, guess what? I got Wally's. I got Wally's to kill y'all. What's the question, bro? Well, ask the question.
I ain't ask that shit no more, dog.
I want to hear one more time.
No, fuck all that.
Pretty please, what's shit on top? Fuck out of here.
Don't you know no good?
All right, cool.
Don't you know no good?
At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? It's the Corner Convo, episode 69. We'll be right.
Clearly, we are back. We got our special guest in the building, Mr. Daily, Matt Brooks.
Hey.
Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up for one time. Right? I mean, I guess that's kind of like it is strange.
You gotta get flowers. You gotta get these flowers, baby.
I clap myself every morning in the mirror, bro.
If you don't already know, and actually, I'm regularly shocked. I'm regularly shocked at how many people are still like, Matt who? Because the man does so many things, bro.
You talking about me?
So many things. Yep. Definitely not talking about the cop that don't want to be a cop nor go to work. Definitely talking about the man to his left who got 18 jobs all wrapped into one. But no, man, like for real. If you don't know Matt Brooks or you don't know the brand Daily, the chances are you do know it and you just don't know the man behind the brand. Right. So today we are here to introduce you to that individual himself, because this cat has been doing this for much longer than many people really know, man. So first of all, officially, man, welcome to the Corner Convo, my brother, man.
Thank you,
my brother, man.
Feel like clapping for himself, man. It's fucked up.
So we generally start off with like basics, man. Like, we don't interview here. We have convos, man. So just in general, man, how was your week?
Oh man, was it Tuesday? So yeah, we
that's a busy man.
We started off good so far. I mean, no complaints. Like we had a busy weekend. I had a busy weekend. Had one of my brands, my parties, Shake Something here at Promontory.
I like the way that sounds.
One of my brands. I love that. I love that.
Yeah, Shake Something is a whole deal.
Is something. All right, yeah, it's something. But yeah, it's just I focus on different things. I'm not just one kind of event host. Like I have Afrobeat parties, and I have R&B parties, and I have parties tailored towards shaking something, dance and
twerk something a little
bit, so it's a wide demographic of people that I service in a sense.
Did that. And that's like every weekend for you, right? Like you're going through any given weekend, you're doing a party for 20 somethings, a party for house music people, a party for Afrobeat people, a party for, hardcore hip hop heads, the R&B, like any given weekend, you're hitting kind of all the marks through all the different brands. Like how do you sustain a focus in that business from the promoter standpoint, where it's like you're not losing your signature in any one of those spaces, if that makes sense? Like, how do you maintain the Afrobeat crowd's attention while also doing things for the 20-something-year-old crowd? Because some people would argue that you're supposed to stay in one lane.
Right. Because
that is a good question, and I never thought about that until right now.
I just wake up and go to work.
I just think of an idea, think of a concept, and I think of how to market it to the people that would enjoy that, rather than just like, I'm only gonna have parties for 27-year-olds and that's it.
Right.
I enjoy having an R&B party, and I enjoy having an Afrobeat party. And I know those are two different demographics of people, you know, but nowadays everything is kind of blended. Everyone loves everything these days. But before that trend started happening, it was just like, how do I market this concept to people rather than I'm just throwing a party for my friends.
Whoever wants to, yeah.
You know, because that's how it started for me. Like, I was just throwing parties and my friends were coming to all my parties.
Right.
As they should.
Where was this at? Give us some history lesson here. Like, we talking what part of town, what years?
When I got back from school,
you went to school?
Yeah, what school? What school you repping? What school you repping?
SIU.
SIU.
What high school did you go to though?
I went to Lakeview up north.
Oh, that's trash.
What?
Yeah, we killed y'all. We killed y'all, bro.
You will 100% be the only person that we ever have on this show from Lakeview High School.
I probably scored 30 that game.
Lakeview was trash. Is that like up there by Sheridan or something?
Yeah, every park in Ashton, right down the corner, bro.
We played y'all, and my cousin Kojo started some shit with the crowd. Okay.
Shout out to Kojo.
What is Kojo? It sounds like he started shit for a living.
That man.
His whole name.
Exactly.
German Kojo is his whole name. All right. Damn. So he started some shit, right? And my brother was at the game, and his car was beat up. So after starting shit in the crowd, over some little high school where everybody loved him, he didn't give a fuck about. Kojo didn't give a fuck about nothing back in high school. So the crowd got mad. They lined the hallways up. As we leave, I'm looking like, Joe, you fucking did this?
At Lakeview?
At Lakeview, bro.
Yeah.
So we get to this busted ass car by the grace of God or whoever, and we try to hit the gas and skirt off.
That shit
I'm like, what the fuck,
Are you telling me y'all got your ass whooped by a bunch of nerds?
They never called us. They never called us, bro. Nothing.
Well, you know, thing about Lakeview is that it was like 75% Hispanic.
Hispanic, yeah.
We had to fake like we had a gun.
We
fake like we had a gun, bro.
They gang bang like a motherfucker.
Said we had to fake.
Kojo said, hey, Joe, you got that? Everybody, you gotta know the playbook. He was like, yeah, Joe.
Yeah, act like you do. Yeah.
My man looking like, no,
sir.
Anyway, back to trash ass Lakeview.
Man, he gonna kill your school like that.
Yeah, I mean,
no, but you get.
I mean,
love,
what were y'all?
You get love for Carbondale.
What were y'all good
at? Carbondale was the shit. Let me be clear. Once the
sloop, literally always good shit. Like it's the lowest on the totem pole. Not like least academically successful school in Illinois for Chicago students.
Somebody once told me, they said, we can't make it nowhere else. You go to Carbondale.
Exactly. It's like the alternative high school for Chicago. Like it's literally where you go if you couldn't get in nowhere else.
What was the school that was next to you?
The standards must be
Carbondale.
No, not Carbondale.
No, Edwardsville.
Not Edwardsville.
Which one?
No, I'm talking about the junior college that was down there at U of I.
A junior college?
Everybody went to when they flunked out
out of Champaign? Yeah. Well, y'all was in line. I'm just saying.
God damn it.
Flat out. I mean, look, to be fair, I went to Triton. I was Proviso North. It is what it is.
You know what, though? You said, you wake up with an idea, ain't gonna do it, and it's for everybody. Mm-hmm. Some people believe that if you find a niche in the lane, you stay with it.
Right.
It's obviously that you don't do that. In Chicago, we have seen places for Black people to party dwindle by the numbers. There's been a spike lately, but you have to be in the know to know who these are. Yeah. Do you find it hard, or have you found it hard?
Good question. Yeah.
To find spaces and places to have your events and set up shop.
That's a really good question. Yeah.
It is. It's difficult. It really is. In Chicago, it's difficult. I mean, there are spaces available, but the crowd doesn't want to go to the space, and no matter how you dress it up, it doesn't matter. They don't want to go there.
Sorry, Abasi been having these ghosts.
Y'all got ghosts in him, man.
he hears the vents and all that shit. But
it's
police intuition.
Here, because it's not just necessarily one thing. It works with having multiple concepts or different types of events in here all the time. Like you can go. Everybody wants to be downtown, but downtown don't want you.
Man, oh my mama, they don't.
And neither does the parking.
But downtown is not better, bro. Downtown don't want you, but everybody wants to be downtown. Right, it's so weird, to me. Not saying that I would never ever. I've done stuff downtown before.
Yeah.
But and nobody really wants to go all the way north. But that's where most of the spaces are that will
cater to the folks. Yeah.
Bring them through. we'll take your money.
And we'll give you favorable deals for bringing people. Like, you know, the thing about the downtown culture, think about the downtown culture from the promoter business standpoint is that they want you to go up front for all the liability, right? They want 15,000 up front. They want 20,000 up front, either whether it's through a bar guarantee or a security, you know, whatever the case may be. And it's like, there's the discouragement right there, right? That like, if I got to go personally out my pocket, 10K up just to throw a party for y'all, and then y'all maybe show up, maybe not, I'm good on that, right? And I do hear your point about this idea that everybody wants to be downtown, but I still think that that's actually, to our earlier question a little bit of what we talked about before, is like, that's that 20-year-old market. That's that new club market. I don't go downtown to party for real.
Maybe shop.
Like I might go check out, like if it's the homie, right? If Sigma Chris is doing something, right? You know what I'm saying? Patron Chris is doing something, right?
Chris is on there.
If it's it's a lot of Chris's on the promotion scene. Chris 3.
Your name is Chris?
Yeah, it's a lot of Chris's, bro. It's a lot of Chris's, bro. But I'm just saying, like in general, like if it's the homie, I will pull up for that event out of support for that homie, right?
Yeah.
But if I'm on some like I'm just want to go out tonight, I'm staying as far away from downtown as possible, because it is a lot of 20-year-olds, it's a lot of 25-year-olds. They're out there for their first club experience. This is the most exciting things ever happened in their life.
But I don't need that type of energy. That's a plus, because I gave 720 10K up front to throw the Christmas Eve party.
Right.
Shit was crazy. I bet on myself because no one else was doing a Christmas Eve party.
Right.
Shit was bananas. 3 levels went crazy.
Christmas Eve is a big night now. Crazy. It's mainly a house night though, ain't it?
Look, that night.
It just depends on who's.
It just depends on who's doing it.
Yeah. That we won that night. I ain't gonna lie.
Christmas Eve. Yeah, everybody's in town.
720.
Right down
720 is over there with
720 Wells. Right down the street from Hooters.
Oh yeah.
The name of the joint now, I can't remember what it is now.
Bristol Cafe.
No.
Right.
Let me ask you this though. Who was Matt Brooks?
Man, he's just a regular African kid from the north side of Chicago.
Were you born in Chicago?
I was born here, yeah.
Okay.
I was born here, then went there to school for a couple of years. My brother stayed longer than I did.
Wait, where's there?
Ghana.
Yeah. Okay.
Went to Ghana for a couple of years. Then I lived on the East Coast. I lived on the East Coast for 2 years before coming back to Chicago, Maryland.
Okay,
yeah,
DMV.
I'm glad one New York good.
Yeah,
that's why people. That's why I think my accent gets all messed up from. I went from like
Chicago,
started straight Chicago,
and then came back to Maryland. I was doing the U-2s for a little bit, and then it's selling.
At this point, do you say is Joe a part of your vernacular?
Yeah,
for sure. All right, cool.
On my
vernacular,
on my mama, fam, on my kids,
on my mom, on my kids, on God,
right,
on baby.
See, we went to school. I know I'm sorry, bro. I had an experience in school, right?
You're not.
Where I'm sorry. I'm truly not sorry at all. But
I'm sorry. I'm truly not sorry. This boy is Beyonce on squared.
I said when people say, man, I'm sorry to cut you off. They don't be sorry. They did this shit on purpose. They absolutely cut you off. We established that on this show too, though. We did that, you know what I'm saying? But when I was at school, there was I'm just gonna say African girl that liked me. She looked just like Foxy Brown. She was digging me. The rapper Foxy Brown.
She was Ethiopian.
Bro, she was gorgeous is what she was. She came from beautiful. She was gorgeous. She came from beautiful, bro.
I like that one. I'm using that one.
So I ain't gonna lie to you. Bro, so things were going on between us. And one day, late at night, I walked into the elevator. She got on the elevator. There were other Africans on the elevator. All men, though. Got on the elevator. I went downstairs with her, walked her out. She left. I never talked to her again. Never talked to her again. And I called dirty looks from the dudes that saw her from that day on.
What's the question?
It's coming, bro. It's coming, bro. Pause.
So
when I did see her,
touch my knee.
She didn't look my way I did do it. That was very sensual, too. She didn't speak to me. So did you have to go through that at school? Because people tend to think that there's a hate between Black Americans and
great question.
Here's the thing.
Y'all try to cut me. Y'all been making me feel stupid as hell.
I wasn't sure if you were actually getting to a question or you were just recounting a traumatic experience.
I'm not, thank you, bro.
I was not aware.
I'm not sitting on the couch, bro. I'm not going to do that. You sat on that couch hard as hell, bro.
So, man, that's a very layered question.
Yeah, it is.
But Now I would say that there is not. Back then, you know, like we were in school and stuff like that, and growing up as kids, it wasn't cool to be African.
Yeah, you got to talk closer to the microphone.
Yeah, it wasn't cool to be African. It wasn't cool to, you know, have your mom cuss out your friends because they didn't know how to greet or say hi to everybody in the house.
Which they probably needed that shit too, though.
Yeah. You know, it wasn't cool having a long name with, you know, 13 letters and, you know,
lots of vowels.
You know, lots of
What's
vowels.
your whole name?
My name is very long.
Let's get to it.
I mean, my first name is Matthew, but there's some more parts to it.
Yeah, I want to hear it. This is for our 10,000 listeners. This shit is real. Yeah. And we're crazy in Africa. And
look me up.
You can't force that man to say his name, man.
All right, fuck it.
I was gonna say they can find out anyway.
My
it's
full
NFTs
name
out
is
here.
Matthew Kwekuki J. Brooks.
Yeah, see? One more time, please.
What? Okay, wait. Go ahead, one more time. Go ahead.
Are we not laughing at you?
No, because that's it. Dope, though. Let me see.
No, my name is Justice Long. You know that.
Bossy Tahir. I think it's pretty unique, but y'all shit
that's not the rest of your name. Right. You got a whole name you got at your middle school for random reasons. What's the name that him and your brother
Haven went to the shit.
What's the name they gave you at the school? It's already on record. They know it's there. You forgot your name.
I've been Americanized, man.
My full name legitimately, I ain't even said it on this show. My full name legitimately is Makinde Abiodun Shango Toro Ifatunji Adedapo. That's my full name.
I forgot my name, man.
That's my full name.
All right.
Did y'all just dap up his name?
No, that's dope because I'm on Alexander.
Clearly,
like it's. It is.
But no, I mean, but to your point about like it wasn't cool to be African at that time, it is super interesting right now to watch everybody just run up and down the streets with dashikis on.
Oh,
like this was a sign of like major detriment for me as a kid. It was like me and my sister used to sneak like out of the house in the African clothes that they made us wear to school, and then we would find a way to change up before we got to school, and then hopefully we remember to change back when we came to the crib because the smoke was real. Like it was just a constant thing. And it wasn't even about being embarrassed or not being proud. It was just about the fact of like, I don't want to have to do this all day. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know why this is that important to you, lady, who's not coming to school and getting these jokes.
Oh man, we used to be called, I went to a Catholic
African booty scratch. I got called that a lot of times. You got African booty
scratch.
That's the number one.
Yeah.
Like, who was the first person to say African booty scratch?
And what does that even mean?
Man.
It's a person
you scratch booty.
You see those memes that's like, 1990s. Hey, African booty scratcher. And then now it's like hey,
hey, Black King. Right.
It's like,
hey, King is Zamunda.
Right. That's a real thing.
But I mean, to the point, and this is not like, established theory or thought, but this is my idea of what happened. A lot of Africans came here in the 1960s, as early as the 60s and as early as the 70s.
I love this history lesson. Come on.
And when they came to Chicago or the United States, having the same color skin as you or, the guy down the street, and not being able to have all of those opportunities that they looked at that they couldn't even get. Same color skin, even though I'm African and you're American, so you can have link, and you can have access to all those services and programs that you quote unquote take for granted.
Right.
They
felt there was a resentment there. Right.
So when they had the chance to capitalize on all those things, they did, and they used it to their advantage.
Interesting.
That's one of the things that one of the older Africans from back in the day, he told me, he was like, we would look at African Americans, all the things that they had offered to them, and that we couldn't touch, we couldn't get. Man, at all.
That's funny. The divide is, I'm sorry, I can be short. The divide is real, bro. It's fucked up how small things like that created such a dissent between brothers and sisters, distant relatives, bro. That shit is crazy, man.
So that's where people got the idea that Africans act like they were better than
above, right.
And then that's when the insults and the jokes came about.
Right. As a way to balance that.
Did it fuck your head up when you found out that he was of African descent?
That's hilarious. we showed each other our ancestry.com at one point.
So crazy things I've like coming back from school. McKinney is one of the very first people I met because I was sitting at home for months looking for a job.
When y'all was doing the cools.
Yeah, the
cool cigarettes. Sold some drugs or something, man.
Yeah, well, we were selling drugs. We were giving away tobacco and nicotine for free at every club and bar on the south side to north side to west side.
Dumbass book bags
for
facts. Cigarettes.
Like we would pull up.
Hey, I used to be happy.
No, pull a whole pack
to see you, bro. If I didn't see you.
Yeah, bro. Like, let me tell you something, bro. This is a real thing, bro.
Yeah.
This is a real thing. This is a real thing. That job gave me, Matt, and our brother Marcus Shavers, and our brother Derek Dow, and maybe a couple other people, but that was our crew for the moment. Bro, we got access to every venue in Chicago by going to the security guard and handing them 2 free packs of whichever cigarette. They didn't smoke them. Understand that. The security guards didn't usually smoke those. They used those to get people out the way. When the crackhead would stand in line like, man, Joe, I want to come in. That was how to get them sent off. Though. And or when somebody was wilding out or whatever, it was a particular kind of cat that was on motion. They used to use they used to sell the Lucy's for a show or give away the Lucy's. They used them as trade bait, right? Yeah. But we talking everything from the Lion's Den to downtown clubs, right? To 720s, right? Like we're talking the full gauntlet of Chicago. So anyway, shout out to that, company. I'm not gonna say their names because they're no longer alive. But but that was a very particular era, I think, for us in general in our professional careers now. But rewinding back to the African part, there's another element of this conversation though, which is that my brother, obviously, he studies race, and his main study is this perception of race as it pertains to Black Americans and as it pertains to Africans and Caribbeans, right? By white Americans. And overall, the assumptions are that people from the Caribbean and Africa work harder, so they have more favorable reviews from white people, right? That they make less excuses, that they are willing to do more for less. So there's this part where, and I wish he was here because he would be able to better explain this. I'm sure I'm not doing a great job of encapsulating
I'm not doing a great job.
But I know that that's a thing. I know that through his research, there's this concept that, and to the point you already kind of laid out, that we each identify something about the other that we find to be off-putting or not in line with our own values. And then that creates the divide where there really needs not be one, right?
At all.
Yeah.
And you absolutely, your point is correct. Yeah. There doesn't need to be a divide whatsoever. Like look at the day and age we live now. Can you imagine how things would have been 20 years ago if society and our mindsets were the way they are now up to African culture?
Black folks are just now accepting Afrobeat. Like legit in the last 3 to 5 years, like people are like,
I want him to go in because he about to go in.
I told you shut up.
There would be less kids traumatized by the fact that they have a name that's like, Timiola Adekunle, like that would be cool. We had to shorten our names just
to fit in.
Right.
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 I mean, it's you look at it and it's water under the bridge now for most folks because that is part of their identity.
Right.
But they had to clip a part of their identity just to fit in.
Yeah.
I like
in their own community.
Yes. In their own community. I mean, amongst us, we knew our full names. My closest people or my family, they don't call me Matt all the time. They call me Kweku.
Right.
I have friends who know my name is Kweku. They don't call me Matt anymore. When they see me, they call me Kweku.
Yeah.
I like that. What do you like hard though?
It doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
I mean,
and that's how it would do us though. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. You be like, I don't care. Just address me properly.
Right.
With respect.
Address me with respect.
But see, that's what I always say. Like, say what you want, spell my name right? Because
you do say that.
my name gets butchered. It's A-M-O-N, Ahmad. Amen. I get Amen. I get Ahmad. Armand.
Yeah.
It's simple.
And it's interesting too, because you're Black American, true and true. Your parents ain't from Africa in the same way that his are. But you have an African name. Yeah. And same for me. It's like, it doesn't matter whether you're from Africa or not. It's the name that people are not familiar with. And that's what warrants that kind of a reaction, right? Yeah. You know, I'm gonna tell you right now, and I don't know if this happens to you, because your Uber says Matt Brooks. When I call Uber, it says Makinde Adedapo. When I tell you, if it's a Nigerian driver, I can tell before I get in the car. It'll be like Adeo, Ogun Dayo or something like that, and I'll be like, oh shit. And as soon as I get it, you are Makinde, the king, you are Makinde. They go, bro. It's crazy, right? It's crazy. And my thing is, like, I know it's coming and I expect it, but what they're doing is they're paying true homage to what that name means. And I think, to your point, now that we're older, you know, people look at me like, oh, your name is Makinde? Oh, that's dope, right? Like now, it's like, oh, that's some dope shit right there. Your name means something, right? And so everybody's searching for meaning in these names of John and Paul and Steve and Nick and Jason, or then the Demarions, the ones that's a whole nother version. But I'm just saying, I think to your point, there really is a point now where there's a general feeling that, like, hey, Black is Black. We rock with each other. As we should. Let's all, you know, because Black folks are accepting Afrobeat, which I would have never thought.
African culture a whole lot more. They're embracing it a whole lot more than they were back when we were kids. Right. You know, so
it's strengthening that shit too, though.
Yeah, it's incredible. That's your history. It makes you feel actual history, bro.
I didn't know that the following one is that crazy. Can they be like, man, Matt doing an Afrobeat party? I just slid in one day.
You slid in?
Well, I mean, like, and it's not just here.
No,
right?
No.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, I knew at that point, like, you were onto something, and I didn't know that about your history. I didn't know that, you know, up north, Lakeview, Saluki for life. Like, now you officially my brother. Like, let me be clear.
He did not graduate from SIU. Let me make that clear.
It doesn't matter.
He's an alumni.
Yeah, no, you can't be an alumni if you don't get a degree.
Actually, no.
No, not at Southern. No.
Oh, at Southern, they accept the dropouts?
You're an alumni. If you go there for more than 2 years, you're an alumni.
So at Southern, as long as you go here, as long as you show up in the cafeteria.
He can't lose with himself, though.
Hey, no shade to my boy Javon. You the head coach of the basketball team. Much love, Javon Mayman, but yeah, they not representing SIU properly.
Let me ask you this though.
Ask him that.
Growing up north, I know you ran through Tony Sports crazy.
Oh yeah,
right.
That was my home.
That's home, right? That's home, right? When did you become a sneakerhead? And what is your top 5 sneakers?
Wow.
Ooh, when did I become a sneaker? I think it started when I was young. It was my mom's fault, really. It was not my fault.
She just buying you
every month we got good grades, so it was like, okay, we're going to Tony Sports.
Yep.
You know, the one over there by Addison, or the one we lived right a walking distance from the one by Sheridan.
Yeah, I already know.
Yeah, I stayed at
That's Uptown.
How many brothers did you have at this time? Like, they were staying with you?
Shit. One came in from Ghana. I was staying with Pat. Another one was about 3-4 brothers.
Okay.
Yeah. We was all staying in a 3-bedroom apartment on the north side, and it was like 10 of us in there. I mean, no, like, okay, so some of them had already moved out by that time, but yeah, we had to find some place. We had the extra closet and the shoes.
We're gonna buy another property.
Here's the crazy thing. When I started growing up and I moved to Ghana with my brother, we would always press mom to bring us shoes, like, bring us some
from Ghana.
No, from here.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah, when she would come and when she'd come back, we'd be like, you need to bring us like 2-3 pair of shoes each.
Right.
Whenever we come home for vacation, it was like, okay, we gotta go around the corner. Tony's.
He just said, "Call and come to America vacation." Bro, I've never heard that, dog. I'm sorry to cut you off, man, but keep going.
So we would come back with a suitcase full of shoes and stuff like that, and we did our best to keep them clean. Like, we had shoe racks in our rooms, and we keep our shoes and like clean them and stuff. Facts. And our cousins would come and steal that shit. But
What's your top 5? Give me your top 5 kicks.
Man, I'm a Jordan 1 head, man.
Okay.
I'm a Jordan 1 head for real. Like, I think that takes up 3 spots in my top 5.
That's cool. Like, okay, fair enough.
Yeah. And crazy enough, the most comfortable shoe I've ever worn is the Space Hippie 4s.
Okay.
They're, like there's
I know exactly which one you're talking
about. With the recycled material. I could stand in them joints.
I'm lost.
All day.
I'm lost.
Not a sneakerhead.
Yeezy 350s. Yeezy 350s.
Everybody said they call
them Jordan 1 is my number 1 shoe.
But I'm on contract with Nike, so I can't. Yeah.
Then I would say, the Yeezy 350s.
Okay. That's 4.
What's the most coveted pair of shoes you currently own? Oh, my bad.
And then Jordan 4s.
Oh, yeah.
The 4s? Which one were the 4s?
I don't like 5s. I don't like...
Wait. The 4s.
I know the 3s. What are the 4s?
The 4s like the cement joint. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like
with the elephant print?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got that at home.
Those are decent. Yeah. I ain't mad at the 4s.
I'm a 13 guy.
I like the 4s.
Man, I don't know what it is. I've looked at every other shoe. Maybe 6s. I don't own a pair of 6s.
I like the 11s a little bit.
Buy that'd be. 11s. I got 11s. Yeah, everybody got some 11s.
I like the 11s, the 3s, and then definitely the 1s.
I'm a 3, 4, 5, and 6 guy.
Mm-hmm. Right, but at the age of 42, I'm a New Balance guy.
Sketches.
Joe Fresh good. Shout out to Joe.
Comfortable.
Yeah. He killed that release.
Yeah.
He killed that release. Yeah. I mean, he was on the show, man. Shout out to Joe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's definitely a comfortable.
So wait, but what's the most coveted pair that you currently own? Because I know you got a closet for real. Like I've worked with you. You change shoes by the hour.
So I got 2 right now. I got the navy blue Travis Scott Ritual ones. Those I hold dear to my heart because those were a gift. I haven't worn yet.
Right.
I got the trophy room 4s, not the black ones, but the mauve color, the kind of pink looking ones.
Yes.
Yeah. Not a lot of people got those. When I hit on those on my phone, I thought it was a glitch. I thought something happened because I was on those. I was on losing
all the waiting lists.
I was on losing streak for a while.
So Marcus Jordan, trophy room. That's my guy.
You can speak to this guy.
Right? Well, can you tell him that he really fucked up on that release with them? Because I really want to there. And they motherfuckers.
Right. You just did.
He's coming on the show, man. But he don't listen. He do what he want to do, right? He's
a Jordan.
Yeah, he's a Jordan, right? You know what I'm saying? But now he got some shit coming though. Like he got some shit coming, bro. Like for real.
Well, when he come to town, let me know.
I got you.
So I can make friends.
What do you think about fitted clothes now?
You know what? Man, I was a size 4X wearing motherfucker back in that size.
Who wouldn't?
No, man. Some of the pictures we had, bro, he got shirts. Like the collar is nice and snug around the neck.
Even
and the shirt go down to the kneecap.
When Jay-Z fucked up the entire market and had us wearing button-down dress shirts, I had the ones with the big-ass collars like this.
He definitely did.
Go on Facebook.
Definitely did, bro.
Fucking pictures here. If you go on Facebook and you look at my profile,
that's part of who you are.
All of my old ass
smiling, big as hell too. Just
sweater.
Sweater over there. Yep.
Had to do that. Had to do
like open.
You fuck with the slim fit clothes there.
I mean, I wouldn't say slim fit. I mean, I wear my shit.
He has on tights. He has on tights now. Okay, them shit snug. Them shit snug as fuck.
I can't get these guys to join me, man.
Imagine what we used to wear back in school. Can you imagine wearing
how big them pants was?
Exactly.
Them shits was crazy.
Yeah, I'm fit right now.
He stays snug.
Could you wear a size 44 pants right now?
No.
Could you imagine me wearing a size 48 pants right now?
Exactly.
But we used to wear that dumbass shit.
Yeah, all day, man.
You say dumbass shit.
With 20 from Foot Locker.
And cuff the bottom of the khakis.
Cuff the bottom
exactly. Yeah.
Or put a rubber band at the bottom of your jeans.
That was the dumbest style. I never understood that style.
Skinny. You know what I'm saying? Like, how tight do you go? Because I got a problem squeezing my motherfucking nuts to death. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably slim fit. I'm not skinny.
Yeah. No one find that skinny shit.
Skinny.
My closet. I got a lot of clothes in my closet. They skinny. You can fit more in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, so let me ask you this though, Matt. Working in the clubs, this is your career. This is what you do. Can you recognize the old person in the club that don't need to be there?
Yeah, me. No, yeah, I can identify them all the time. They walk through the door and they pay the cover, and I just look, and I just keep by. I mean, it's like sometimes you got people who don't know what they're walking into when they come to the club.
Okay. You got to give them a preface.
They looked online and
I can see that right there. Okay,
you know, and they walked in and like, there's a bunch of young motherfuckers. I had that happen. Like, okay, so we have a party series here with Rails. It's LGBTQ
plus QIA.
Plus.
I can never get to
that. That's cool. Don't worry about it.
But they are some amazing dudes.
They do amazing parties, bro.
They do, and like it's amazing to me how they fill this room up. But then again, that goes back to how we're talking about the venues and people feeling safe and
giving them access.
Having
that's
access
real.
to doing stuff.
That's real.
A lot of they have worse chances of them
that's
doing
a good
parties.
Point.
Even in Boys Town.
Because that shit is almost reserved for the white LGBTQ plus community. Like, that's interesting. You were saying,
So they come here and they probably one of the best parties that we have in here.
For sure, and have been since day one.
You know, they come in here and they have a great time. It's not pretentious. It's just fun.
No fights. You know? It's just all vibe.
Fun. I would say no fights. You know, like So. Damn, I lost my train of thought.
Don't worry about it.
You were talking about how do you identify the old cat or
the older, the person that does not belong,
right?
In a sense,
that's better. That's better put though, man.
Right. Yeah, they come in, and they stick out like a sore thumb.
Yeah,
I mean, they look like someone's father.
How old is too old? I mean, we were just talking about.
That's a good question. How old is too old to be in the club? For real. How old?
Depends on how you carry yourself.
You see, because
it's not a matter.
So if I'm 50, but I dress 25, as long as I dress 25, I'm good.
I mean, when you open your mouth and you talk to 25-year-olds, you definitely feel like a fool.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. You know, I'm not saying a 45-year-old person should be in a club with 25-year-old people. I feel like somebody at that age should find an
appropriate place,
an appropriate place or demographic of people.
I don't want to go to fucking Touch of the Past. They get the casket ready and shit, man.
I mean, but you know, further down the way over here, they got Lions Den,
family den,
and you go in and die.
Anything on 87? Anything on 87?
I'm not watching you. You go in and get hurt.
Anything on 87th is like basically 35 and up.
Yeah, because they have a sign that says you can't even get in if you're not 35.
A lot of spots on the south side like that.
Yeah,
a lot of times
30 and over. President's Lounge. You can't
I haven't been in a while. Damn.
President's look alright on the inside though.
But see, a lot of times though, the music, people identify a certain age of music, man, and I don't think that's fair at all because I can like everything I want to fucking like. You know what I'm saying? And then you go to these places.
What do you want to party to though? It's not that you don't like it. What do you want to party to?
You ready for me to finish?
Next nigga say something while I'm talking, he's getting shot.
Bam. Look at smart guy. No, for real though. Look at genius. Dressing properly. Fucking some of these places you go to 35 or 40 and over, I don't want to hear that music at that point. I want to go somewhere where I want to hear some younger shit, maybe some more current shit, to put it like that. Why can't I go to a spot maybe 25 or 30 and go in there and enjoy my fucking self and not be looked at like, look at this old motherfucking creep? Why can't I do that?
But like I said, it goes back to how you carry yourself.
Yeah, are you creeping when you're there?
You know,
right.
Like they are
creeping through my life.
I went to the club with my friend and his dad.
Damn.
And
that might be dope though. That could have been dope.
His dad has always been.
I go to the club with my parents.
He's been like the cool dad since we was in college, right?
Okay.
Right.
But this he came out with us, and it was like he was pushing up on the young ones.
So that creep there?
And I was looking like, no, see, it comes off as that.
It does.
If you the older guy in the club, you sitting at the bar, and you chilling, you drinking your
drinks. Is he single?
I don't know.
Okay, no, I'm sorry. Don't worry about that.
50. That's what matters.
Let me die right now.
At the bar, and you know the girl come up, and you buy her a drink. You have conversation. You're not creepy that way.
Thank you.
You know.
But when you roll up on her and say, "Hey, baby,
like
I want to get you a drink,"
the way he just said that, yeah, it's different though.
But that's how it happens 75% of the time.
Exactly.
I'm glad I'm in that 5%, bro.
Let me say, hold on, because this is, I think this is interesting.
It really is.
point. I'm not even talking about the old part. I'm stepping away from this because you emotional. Yeah.
You're not 60.
You tapping into a trauma that ain't even real right
I'm
now.
actually good about it.
Exactly.
I mean, you great
in
at
all
25
the clubs for the free because you got that.
I got gray hair at 17.
You got the right.
It's no one's fault. It's no one's fault.
Right, and he got braids. Like
great braids, bro.
Clearly
I'm not confused. You got cats out here bald and thin. I'm keeping all my hair, bro.
And boy is confused. Nobody knows how old a boss he is or should be at this point.
I'm confused.
None of that shit. Yeah, he's definitely confusing. You're right. You're right.
You know what I'm saying? And my pants are tight.
All the facts. Slim. Yeah, and he got a whole gun. Just
Slim Goody.
But I do think it's important, like while we got you here and while we do talk about this idea that, like, you know, Chicago as a city, when we talk about entertainment spaces, when we talk about opportunities for Black folks to have good, clean, safe fun, right? You know, historically, we have had to go to areas that tend not to be the safest places. Right. And that became the narrative of, you know, what a party would be if it was going to be predominantly Black folks in Chicago. And it seems like for you, I mean, you've managed to do things on the West Side, you've managed to do things on the South Side, you know, downtown, North Side. What do you see like next 5 years, right? Next 5 years, how do you see the Black party scene evolving? Not changing, but evolving. What do you see as a trend now that you expect to be something way more clear and prominent in the next 5 years?
So I haven't been to these markets yet, like Houston. I've partied in Atlanta, but I kind of see the transition of more Black ownership because out of frustration, there's no place for us to have an event, or there's no place for, or, you know, people evolve, you know,
facts.
You know, you some people start off as, you know, bus boys and they become managers, or, you know, some people become
bar managers or whatever, right?
And then they become, you know, bar managers or, you know, owners and stuff like that. Like, it's the transition, the growth is what I see happening in the next 5 years. I don't see people I don't see the scene how it is right now staying how it is. You know, I don't see that staying how it is right now. I think there are definitely going to be a lot more people who are like, man, either a lot more people with access to money that are going to invest in folks who can do these things, or people who are like me just saying,
this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
So what you're saying in a lot of ways is like, you really do see that like the Black audience is going to say, we want to party at Black owned spots.
Yeah, right. I do see that. I mean, because it's apparent, like every 6 months you hear about a racist white owner or a Russian or Eastern European who's like, you know,
dress code policy. Right.
The dog whistle. The anti-Black dog whistle.
I drove past Bala Blonde the other day. It's still closed, but, you know, the sign's still out there. And I remember when they had that controversy about, you know, the stupid dress code that they had on the wall. And, you know, like, I know people who are millionaires that dress just like how I do.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
fucking Bill Gates.
I mean, I work here and I dress like this every day, and I run this place just fine. It's like I'm gonna put this out here, and I'm glad I'm able to say the story so it can be recorded and documented. I went to Prism one time. That's why I hate fucking going to this.
Talk to that mic so you can hear all this shit.
Went to Prism one day with my very good friend and business partner, K Moon.
Shout out K Moon, man. Windy City, man. Like, yo, dope brand. She definitely does a lot for the city.
We went to
and she West Side heavy.
Prism, and God, I'm wearing a plain t-shirt. We walk up to the door. They're like, yeah, you can't get in. I'm like, okay. Before we got there, I said, there's gonna be some bullshit. I'm letting you know right now. They probably ain't gonna let my ass in.
Right.
I don't know why I felt like it, but I just knew it in my spirit. These motherfuckers weren't gonna let me in. So get there, they don't let me in. Kate was like, okay, I'm gonna go look for my sister real quick. I'll be right back. She goes in. I see a parade of
Caucasian,
plain tees.
Caucasoids.
I see a parade of Caucasian men coming in flip-flops, very similar to mine.
Right.
Plain, nothing on it. Literally.
Right.
Nothing on it. And they got in. And I was furious. Like livid. At that point, I was like, but there's no point for me to even go up to them and say anything. They saw exactly what they had on. They saw what I have on. They made the decision. They made the decision to not let me in from the moment I hopped out the car walking towards their establishment. You know, and they don't know who I am. I'm not saying in a cocky way, because every time I go and I encounter stuff like this downtown or anything. Yeah, I don't do all that loud shit. Yeah, like, you know who the fuck I am and all that stuff. Like, I don't do that.
It's not that important.
People say I should all the time.
It ain't that important. You know what I'm saying?
You know, it doesn't matter, because crazy thing is, like, the amount of money that they gross at those locations, we do as well here
exactly.
too.
You should know y'all. I'm French now.
But to your point. So to your point, it's like there seems to be in the same conversation as Black folks are starting to accept this like wave of African identity and African culture and African fashion and African names, as that becomes more like the norm. We're also looking at it like, oh, and by the way, we're tired of supporting businesses owned by white people.
Don't support us,
right? That get to decide when they want to support us and when they don't.
They support Black promoters and Black business when they're about to go out of business. We see this shit all the time. Yeah. Like, a lot of these places that got the opportunity to allow Black promoters to come in, 6 months later shut down, or they close down for a revamp or some shit like that. Like, you know, just like the trend has been there for years, and I'm surprised that no one's really ever seen it. Like, the moment that some business lets Black people start doing parties, then, you know,
they get all the letters from the neighbors.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the neighbors are really concerned about what's happening. And it's not everywhere, but it is to say this. It is to say that it's harder to hide it now. It's harder to hide implicit racist, policies than it used to be, because within a moment, a person can do the exact story you told. You can show video from your phone of 7 people of a different race getting in with the exact same, clothing that you have on, and they don't get the same explanation, and they're allowed in, whether you know who they are or not, right? It's that same point that, like, now being accountable is no longer something that you get to dictate. Somebody else is going to dictate what you're being held accountable for. Yeah. And I think that the market that we see, I mean, me and you worked together here in this place, man, for what, 5 years now?
Yeah. 5 years.
And we worked together way before that.
Y'all brothers.
Basically. Oh, for sure, bro. Like, real talk, man. Like, in a lot of ways, like, but what I remember the most about our experience is recognizing we serve our market. And it's important that we make sure that they get to experience events at the same level. And you ain't saying we 100% perfect. Like, let's be clear. Right?
I'm a Black apologist. Yes, we
everybody's had.
I'm a Black apologist. We are perfect.
But that's always been our focus. And I think that that's what the general audience of party goer wants to know is, do the people that are doing this event have me in mind, or are they just trying to make money? You know what I'm saying? I think that's the separation quality.
Before we get out of here,
you can ask about music though.
No, we can do that too.
That's it though. Yeah,
he an R&B guy.
That's cool.
That's fine too. But before we get out of here,
Chicago rap though, man. Don't blame me, man. Come on now.
Tell me about Dot Daily.
Yeah, what's the frame on that?
I'll use the description I have at the bottom of my emails.
Because I'm not gonna lie to you.
At the bottom of my emails, which he didn't read. He don't read emails.
Why you put a sexy voice on?
He don't read.
I first of all, I cannot read. Okay. I went to the worst school in high school, and I went to the worst college in high school, so I cannot read.
Facts.
No, actually, so now
that's how you was terrible.
Remix. Now I went to Newberry. Top 10 in
talking about elementary school, man.
Top 10.
You read
Lane Tech, top 10. Yeah, Southern, maybe top 20. Anyway,
what was your GPA at Lane Tech?
They can start fighting. Come on, let's hear this. Come on.
What?
What was your GPA at Lane Tech?
I love this part of the show, bro. This is my favorite part of the show.
I know the answer to the question.
Enough to hoop.
That's a great answer. That is a great answer.
Yeah.
Tell
me about that day. Because I cry. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I saw that shit, and that was I cried.
He's talking about when you did the shout out to Chicago Black businesses, and you put the corner combo.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. And that was so early on. I cried, not because it was us, right? But the messaging was dope as fuck, right? Facts. And I felt honored to be a part of everybody that you put in there. No lie, no bullshit. That's real shit. We didn't ask you to do that. You did that. And that shit just warmed my heart. And it just helped me understand where I'm trying to take us. You know what I'm saying? Like real shit. Like I set up for 4 hours. I was up to 6 a.m. You count it. I'm not bullshitting, dog, and I watched it over and over and over again, bro.
Yeah, just to see all the other. It was so many dope people.
I cried, bro. I'm not gonna
that was a great.
Hey, man,
that was a great.
And I had my Lakers shirt on. I was happy about that. Had my Lakers shirt on, bro.
The music behind it, you know what I'm saying, was perfect. You know what I mean?
That was great.
And shout out to Wale, like goddamn, and obviously that's a whole nother connection. Right?
Excuse me, I'm doing for everybody that's black.
So I didn't hear that song when it initially came out, and for some reason, there was something came on, and I heard the song, and I was like, man, what the song was that?
Right.
You know, so I Shazammed it, whatever it was. And I had it playing, and I didn't realize I fell asleep listening to that song. I was so inspired by that song. I'm like, man, like this song, like the meaning, the message behind this song was so much. So I called up my other homie, my other like really good brother, J Rail, and I'm like, yo,
I'm talking real on the inbox. Real. What up?
No, J Rail from the West Side.
J Rail, he can do.
I told him, I said, man, like he's one of my DJs and he also does my videos for my events. And I said, man, I got this concept. I've had video concepts in my mind for a long time, and I'm like, I really want to do something for Black Chicago. Right. This song inspired me. Like I just heard it and I'm like, man, this song screams like it was inspiring. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Inspiring. So we worked on the video for a while, actually. At first it was supposed to come out back in 2020. And then we kind of like paused on it and then got back to it again and paused on it again. And then it just kind of fell in line like, okay, you know what? Let's do this for Black History Month. Let's do our best to release this on Black History Month. And the thing was that I included a lot of people that influenced my Black Chicago.
Yeah.
On your personal experience.
On top of everything that is Black Chicago as well, too.
Yeah.
You know, there are still some references that are not in it that leave room for, you know, another type of video just like this. But the main thing was that it was not this is North Side, this is South Side, this is West Side, like this is just Chicago. Every part of every single small element of Black Chicago, we tried to stick in 2 minutes and 12 seconds.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
It was crazy. You know, and we were blessed to have some people give us our blessing to have them in the video. Like I asked for permission for a lot of these things.
Yeah.
I just didn't go around and just say,
I'm gonna just snatch this off and throw it in.
But some people I surprised with it. Some people I didn't let know. I didn't even think I let
you definitely surprised us with it.
I didn't let
you definitely surprised us with it.
I'm like, bro, like what?
No, when you sent it to me, you was like, you made it almost seem like, hey man, I'll put together this little thing, you know, just check it out. You know what I'm saying? Me and Jerry. And I was just like, all right, I low-key definitely didn't look at it immediately, right? Wow. I was just like, all right, cool. I'll check that out when I got a minute.
Yeah.
And when I finally checked it, and you know, again,
I watched footworking, man.
I watched the first little minute.
This is Chicago culture.
And it was dope, man.
This is what the Corner Convo is about, right? Highlighting Chicago culture, first of all, and then just having these uncomfortable conversations that we need to have to grow.
Facts.
But this was a history lesson in a lot of ways, man. Boy. This was.
We're talking TED Talks,
and about being current too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I guess what it does, and I think that again.
To watch the shit out.
Yeah, exactly. We all over here.
It's dope, bro. It's dope as fuck.
No. We should. We'll make sure this is on the joint. But
absolutely. Oh my god.
Yeah. Show love to Tim. No, man. That was one of those things that it's just like, you know what? This is a person who cares about the community that they serve, and to be straight with you, Matt. We both know this on the business tip. Mm-hmm. You got promoters that are promoters for the business. Ain't nothing wrong with that. This is a business. So you out here to make money. And yeah, you got cats out here that know how to make money and they are designed to make money. And that's the goal. But then you got cats that actually care, man, about who they are providing events to. Like you said before, man, you did an Afrobeat festival, first Afrobeat festival ever done in Chicago, right? And nobody had that idea. And I remember the early parts of that conversation being like, why? Who's gonna come? What? Why is this a thing? And all that. I remember all that, right? Yeah. But what's crazy to me is like your whole vision of it was like, no, this is just for my people. It wasn't about money. It wasn't about this is what we can make money on. Because that's what they kept asking us. Yeah. They kept hitting, well, where's the money going to be? And who's going to do this?
Man, they made money that day.
They made a crazy amount of money,
they made
right?
The most amount of money
that they ever made, right? Yeah. And so it's like this point where it's like, but you came at that originally from just the point of let me do something for a community that's not being met here in this space with the access to these tools, right? So I'm just saying that to say, if at the end of the day, if I had to give you a specific set of flowers, I never would have known after them cool cigarette days or whatever we was going to end up back in this joint like that. Swear to God, bro. Hey, shout out to Q-Billa. Q-Billa got me that job. He hooked me up with, what was her name?
Erica.
No, it started with a C.
Devonna.
The shorter one. Coretta. He hooked me up with Coretta. Coretta hired me. And then the other sister that went to Colorado, her name also starts with a C.
Sheila.
Stacy. No, Stacy. Yeah. And then Maya Camille Broussard came towards the end of my reign. But yeah, I'm ignoring the hell out of Bossy. But I'm just saying though, it's always been super dope, man, to watch like the approach, you know, and I give Jake Austin a lot of credit too, man. Like the way that we've looked at this space, at least since I've been here and since you've come aboard and the way we've operated, is that we know that this space isn't about us. It's about the community surrounding. It's about an opportunity to be able to showcase anything from jazz to blues to hip hop to Afrobeat or whatever, right? But I think it's very important and very clear that it's because of people like yourself that this place continues to actually have that, right? It's not Black owned. We can be 100 about that. It's all well understood. It's not a Black owned joint, but it is Black run. And I think that we do a very good job of making sure that is at the forefront of this particular space. And I legit, man, I got to give you your flowers, man, because you do the most in that regard, bro. Like booking anything from T Murph, from Woke, you know what I'm saying, for a comedy show to doing a market. Like, I mean, you do like crazy different types of events all in 1 week. Like it'll be a pain sip celebrating Nipsey Hussle. Then it'll be a juke joint. Look, you know what I'm talking about? Like it's a lot of different things.
Matt is the connect. Mac is the connect. He is the plug. I want to thank you for
before you get out of here.
Okay, what you got?
Top five. Top five. Oh, I'm sorry. Chicago R&B albums or Chicago R&B songs?
Ooh, R&B albums.
Chicago though. Chicago artists.
Chicago.
Oh, you might have stopped.
It's only like 5 people.
That's true. And, you know,
and you can't say one. And he got top 3.
You can say them.
You can say what you want to say. You can say what you want to say.
R. Kelly.
Cool.
Yeah, right.
I had to whisper that. R. Kelly.
I wonder why you whispered that shit. Okay.
I get in trouble if I say it louder than R. Kelly. Okay. Man, I gotta go with TP2. You know,
okay.
TP2
dominant
over 12 play.
Yeah.
I'm a 12 play fan.
That's not even a competition. What you listen to?
12 plays way better than TP2.
Did 3 Piece ever bring out?
Did you hear this?
They did not. They did not.
They did an EP. They did a 3-song.
But they have the actual Chicago classic.
Bunnies on 12 play,
they do. They performed that shit here. What?
Yeah. It was a couple days ago. Yeah. Yep. I used to. Yep. Anyway.
All right. So we're going to get that off though. Pause. R. Kelly.
3-piece.
3-piece.
Man. Carl Thomas.
I wish joint. Emotional. Emotional joint.
Summer
Okay.
Rain.
No Dave Hollister. No Donnell Jones.
Bro, can you let this man talk, bro?
I'm just giving him some options.
For me, that's where it gets tricky.
Let me make sure he's thinking about all of this.
That's where it gets tricky for me.
Okay.
Like picking Dave Hollister over Donnell Jones or Donnell Jones over Dave Hollister.
Because they like the same dude.
Yep.
Same vibe. I don't know. I'll say this. Donnell Jones to me hit the younger holla at a girl phase. David Hollister was a better storyteller than me. Although it's a 3:15, girl, what's it gonna be? Shorty got her eyes on me. We've been rocking since 2, girl, what you gonna do? We be chilling at the embassy. What that? Oh, you don't watch the show. Yeah. No, you're clearly you don't watch the show. Yeah, no, we got a whole cosign signed us to Gourmet Ratchet Records.
Shout out the coast
on an invisible contract. It's an invisible contract. We've never signed a thing, but invisibly we are on a record deal. Yeah.
Come on, man.
What is this? Everybody, I don't care how bad your voice is. You singing this shit. You
three-piece.
Oh, 3-piece.
Chicago, man.
I can't sing it out loud. I can't help it.
Right. All right, so you made it to 3. I mean,
give me 2 more. Give me 2 more. Give me 2 more.
You got 2 in the tuck. You know what I'm saying? Nothing.
It's not that many R&B artists out of Chicago.
Yeah. That's why we always say rap, but they want me to do R&B though. Yeah. R&B guy.
I'm all So
it's all good, You let us down, man.
Give me.
I mean, you got. Is Tink considered R&B?
Yes,
for sure. Tink Cole, and she rap. Tink Cole.
R&B.
No, what's Tink Cole? Dreezy. I like
Dreezy. Dreezy Cole too.
Dreezy's
super
talented. I like Dreezy.
Super talented.
I definitely rock with Dreezy. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's it then.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
We Gucci?
Think so, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Matt. A lot of whole names, Brooks.
Matt.
Running to me. King. Say that shit.
Matt, whole
lot named Brooks.
Whole lot names Brooks.
Sorry though, man.
Oh, that's my joint. I'm definitely rocking that one from now on. Hey, make sure that you need VIP service at Promontory. You hit Matt, whole lot of names, Brooks.
You got anything coming up you want to plug? Anything coming up?
Oh yeah.
Yes, lots.
Halloween weekend.
Hey.
It's a dope Halloween party on Friday.
Okay. Yeah.
October 29th. It's called the Minus Whale. Have a Halloween party. Chicago.
Mine as well. Get it? Mine as I didn't understand the whale part.
They got Rhythm and Booze on
love that
After Dark Joint.
Shout
out J Yellow.
5th.
Okay.
Shout out Lisa.
Oh
yeah. Your birthday is what? You a Scorpio?
I'm my mama.
Oh, that's why I don't like
you.
So
is Drake and Future. That's not a good representation right there, though. But
so is Drake and Future.
And then one of my other homies, me and DJ Playmaker got a party the next day called Going Live. Like we just the theme of the party is basically come in here and do your Instagram live
and Facebook going live.
Oh, really?
That's genius.
That is.
See, this is what I'm saying. Like, this dude has more ideas than anybody in the city.
Every time I want to get out of here, I got one more question.
I've been trying to do pop-up something for a long time.
We got a bar crawl. Thank you, Chicago. One of my other
groups. That's dope.
We got a Friendsgiving bar crawl on.
Friendsgiving. We gonna argue about that word. Friendsgiving, though.
Yeah.
That's dope. Goddamn. I wanna ask you one more question.
Nah, man, we 3 hours in. I gotta go to sleep, man.
Fuck it, man.
I'm tired.
Listen, little baby ass little boy. Anyway, man. It's a Corner Convo episode 69.
Corner Convo, just do know when I'm gone.
He's talking about he gone.
When I'm gone, that's your man's. That's your. You see my hands? See how you see the pointing situation? That's your man's.
Episode 69, man. Let's go.